Give me a second. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get some water. I'm back to drive my caramel latte.
Yeah. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Refresh Step where you recover yourself for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow, and the foreseeable future, Theodore Lu. And I'm with Toto's Battler in the UK and admin of Battle Spirits English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki.
Hello.
Yeah, I only fumbled like one single syllable. Yeah, I'm getting better finally.
Good. Good.
Yeah. You know, I'm a master socialer now because I just played the new, well, actually not new by the standard of like the internet right now because the game has been out for like 1 or 2 weeks. And one of my friends, he messaged me as we are like normally as I was waiting for my copy because I bought the limited edition one from Amazon. Like as I was waiting for my copy, she just said that, just casually said that, I am already done with like the main story. So like,
Lamau.
oh, my goodness. But anyway, it is the newly released Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma, in which I just yeah, it is a handful. Because like the aesthetics of the game, like it was super beautiful. Like the 3D models are not the best, but like it is stylized. So like I really like the colors and it's really bright, especially since, of course, it is basically a spin of like Harvest Moon. It is a spin off of a spin off. Because like as you realize, like Harvest Moon is a simplified version of farming. And then they thought that, okay, so now, and then basically Harvest Moon has like a legal battle on like the namings. And then now the company that made the original Harvest Moon made that sequels as Story of Seasons. And then basically Story of Seasons continue and they made a spin-off that has a simpler farming and basically make everything easier by letting you get resources from other places other than farming and entrepreneurship. So they let you fight monsters. So there where Rune Factory came about. And then you have Guardians of Azuma where it is all made even simpler. So you don't have to farm as hard as you do in the normal, like the previous Rune Factory entries, basically. It does feel like also the fact that they did not put like Rune Factory has 5 games before this and it always identifies themselves basically by a number, except for like I think like they have some spin-offs maybe, but yeah, anyway, who cares about the spin-off? But anyway, yeah, now we have Guardians of Azuma. The game is like
Who cares about spin-off? Saying that while buying a spin-off.
Exactly. Exactly. And I bought a limited edition as well. So like I was just excited to see the game, and then now I realized that I bought a $60 game and a $40 doorstopper. So yeah, good going me. Finally being an adult with adult disposable income and finally using it for the right things. Having a really pretty box as a centerpiece of my room. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I regret spending £20 on just some food on Saturday.
Yeah, food to be doing you like that.
Because like we got like a new ramen restaurant in like in the area. So like my friend said, not trying out because he had it before. I had it before and someone else. But like we were like, this feels a bit fresh. So like like let's grab some and then spend £20 on it.
Yay!
I've been way too lax with myself recently. I need to start spending less.
I know, right?
I should go back to my policy of like only spending £10 or less when we eat outside.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit, how do I put it, like somewhere on the middle ground. So I basically like set a sizable budget every week, and then like, okay, so as long as I don't go this budget like in the whole week, I can do whatever I want on a single purchase. But yeah, sometimes it does feel a little bit hard because now I'm juggling between cash and cards, and then like, okay, now it's really hard to keep track how much I have spent. And then yeah, I do build a little bit of a bad habit that when I go to work, I basically have to get a croissant and a milk coffee.
Stop getting the croissant.
Yeah, you just need something to bite while drinking the coffee. Yeah, I guess like, yeah, the coffee is fine. Like the croissant is probably the root of all problems. It's just fat and calories. Hey, we can make a game out of that.
What?
Imagine Fear and Hunger, but it's basically just a guy who really likes to exercise, and then now he is thrown into a world where the only food that is available is either like sugary donuts or like yeah, basically just anything that is cooked with butter, and like anything that is raw like will just instantly kill you because there's a curse that's happening in the world or something. Yeah, fat and calories. So you either have to choose one or the other. And then basically, yeah, the main mechanic is you have to run. So yeah, having more calories might get you bursts of energy to run faster, but eventually make you slower because you get fatter. Yeah. 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 And yeah, that's I think that's why I only make one game and no more. Yeah, that's it.
Sound like a fun game.
Exactly. That's because I was just like listening to, like while I was taking a pot, I was like listening to Just Stray Face because yeah, I don't know why I really like English YouTubers. They just feels like a delight just to listen. And it was talking about Adventure Quest, like the MMORPG version of Adventure Quest. And it was like, yep, basically like Adventure Quest is a game that's really good at like giving you like an enclosed scenario that you can finish within like 15 minutes. That's like, I think like the main appeal of Adventure Quest back then is you basically can run everything on your browser, so you don't have to install anything, and then you can just play it on your school's computer during lunch break. And then because the stories can be finished within 15 minutes, you can just go to the library during lunch break, finish one quest, and then go back to class basically.
I see.
Yeah. And then they make like a 3D MMO, and of course like lots of the elements that works for their game in 2D doesn't really work for them in 3D, because there are lots of design languages that are lost, and there are lots of like things that are like the best practices in the industry that they simply do not do, or they try to translate what works for their original game, but it didn't work. Yeah, you should try out the original Adventure Quest too. It is bad in a good way. I mean, like, it's of course it's already showing age, but yeah, it is a beautiful mess. But that Rune Factory Guardians of Azuma though, that one is actually like really pretty. But also, I don't know, it feels like frighteningly easy sometimes because you talk to a person, you try to converse with them about like the past, and then like one of the bachelorettes. So bachelorettes implies that you can romance them eventually. And since Rune Factory 5, you don't really care about like which character you choose. You can marry whoever you want, regardless of gender. So yeah, basically one of the bachelorettes that I really like. Of course, I needed to work so that she likes me. And then basically, because we just knew each other, we are at pawn level 0. And then we had one single conversation and she is now at pawn level 1. I have risk. Yay.
I have risk.
We were talking for 30 minutes. That means a lot to her now. It will stay in her memory, and when I don't marry her, she will cry every night, like remembering that one single conversation that we had for 30 minutes.
Bruh.
Oh my goodness. And it also like feels like the other way, like even like, so there are bachelorettes, there are bachelors, so these are people that you will have like, that you can have, and you probably will have, because like the story kind of forces you to choose one of them to get an ending, basically. So yeah, but the other villagers, you can basically like just talk with them, be friend with them. It will be used kind of like a, sometimes they will have like a quest where, okay, so you have to be like the village's pillar of support. So you have to be like at least like at level 3 friendship with every single person. So of course, like the other villagers that you don't romance, they are like, you will have like friendly interactions with them, like friendship interactions. And then this guy, the carpenter, I basically talked with him about his dreams for 30 minutes, and then he just said, as his pawn level levels up, he just said that, basically, I'm paraphrasing here. Also, I'm paraphrasing here, but basically, what he just said was, bro, you are my best bro ever. I will one day build this grand project, and you will be there for the inauguration ceremony for that building. Definitely, I can already see it. It's like, bro, we just had a conversation for 30 minutes. Are you sure? That's basically asking me, a stranger that you just met in the tea house, to be your best man for your wedding. As you know, for someone who really cares about their career, like their dream project is basically their wedding. It's basically equivalent to their wedding, right?
Games to be funny.
Exactly.
Oh my god, that reminds me of that one meme where it's like a sim game, and then it's like what, like the dev was like here to like retrieve a character, but then like another character is about to give birth, and then now the dying person and the dev didn't know what to do. It was something I actually never played. I mean, I kind of did, but like I never actually know properly how they work or like things like that.
Same. I only played like the simplified version for like the Game Boy. That one has story, so like you kinda, it was like Sims is originally made not as a simulation of like people like interacting and everything. It's originally made kind of like as a way to kind of like made for as architectural purposes. So it's kind of like to simulate like putting furniture and everything. Like the inhabitants actually like the second thought, but that's what actually like became popular. So that's how they roll with it basically. And then
okay,
yeah, and then but that one is still a simulation. So you can, it's basically just kind of like a build your own story kind of game. So you doesn't have a story on your own, but it has like enough things happening that you can kind of like just make your own story basically. Because you can, I say there's no story, there's no overarching narrative, but like, of course there's thing like, okay, so you have this guy has a certain personality, he will grow up, finally like getting a job, building his own family with this other person. They have kids, like whether it is by birth or adoption. They have pets. They have this neighbor, and then they got invited into this swimming pool. And then, of course, once they jump into the swimming pool, the hand of God just came down from the heavens and took out all the ladders. So now none of them can get out of the pool because they're Sims. They are not real humans. So they require the existence of a ladder to get out of the swimming pool. So because of that, they kept on swimming and swimming until they're exhausted and drown.
What?
Yeah, so that's the kind of story, that's the kind of drama that you get out of The Sims. But yeah, like
that's so random.
I know, right? But that's like my favorite. Like it's one of the like the most favorite, like, well, not my favorite, but like the most popular way of people to fuck with their Sims, basically. Basically,
That's so evil.
Yeah, just put everyone in the pool and then like just take out of all of the stairs. Yay! And then and then now that you talk about like the Sims, it unlocks like a core memory of like the memes. Guys, like one of them like kind of like ran a sweatshop basically. So he just made a basement with no natural lighting, and then like forces all the Sims inside of that dungeon basically to make art and then like sell their art. And then basically if they like, the more they make money for like the guy, like the player, they got more facility, but like the less but like this artist, quote unquote, like lives in the most horrible conditions imaginable. Like they have to live, eat, sleep, and do all their toilet stuff in the same room and work as well. Like, yeah. Seems to be bringing like the worst in people in lots of ways. Of course, there are wholesome ones, but of course, like the fuck up ones are more memorable. But yeah,
of course, it's always the more fuck up ones.
Exactly. And then like the other core memory is like, just as I told you earlier, like the simplified version for like the Game Boy Advance. It has a story. So you do still have like the main element of the Sims where you can basically like decorate your home and everything. But basically there's a narrative arc that is going. There's like a evil company trying to take over the city or something. I don't really remember. But basically just like how they sell you the American dream, you can finish everything with a petition. So basically one of like the major quests that I have to finish is I have to be at least at 80 friendships with everyone. But of course, I don't interact with everyone on every single day on a daily basis, right? And we have like a time. I think like we do have a time limit of like several, like you'd have to do it within 2 weeks or something in game. And I was like, how do I do this? And then like they sell this quote unquote cheat items. I said quote unquote because like it's basically these items will give you like a really big boost, but like it will give you like a very big drawback. Like I think like one of the item that I try to use basically will make the affection level of like one character to 100, like straight to from 0 to 100. But here's the catch. It will turn one character at a random to minus 99. So I was like, yeah, to minus 99.
So what does minus 99 mean?
So basically they just straight up hate you, like basically don't want you to exist. But
that's so random, but sure.
But yeah, still this is a game for kids. So like, yeah, even if it becomes minus 99, I can still do something to I can just grind the affection so that they go to like the number that I needed for the quest. And of course, And of course, I miscalculated something. So among all the city people, or townspeople that you can meet inside that Sims game, there's this one person who is actually a ghost that lives in the sewers and only appears under very specific conditions. And of course, the gacha of like the one person that goes to -99 is that ghost. So I was like, fuck, I basically just softlock myself. Cause like I can only meet the ghost like only like twice a week, and then now I have to grind her from like -99 to 80. And I already saved the game, so like, fuck, what do I do now? I think I just stopped playing after that, of course. But yeah, that's a reminder for me to not take that big of a risk anymore. Fuck risks.
Oh god. Talking about risk, like my Pokemon locals today was just so bad.
What happened?
I don't know. I cause like I'm using this deck called like Armor Toolbox.
Oh yeah.
And then like so Armor evolves from Chakadet. Yeah. And then like what was it? I have 3 Armor well, sorry, I have 2 Chakadecks in my deck. And then one 2 Armor 3 Chakadect. And then 2 Ho in my deck. And like all these 3 are like my main engine. Chakadec obviously because I need to use it to evolve into Armor. But then like I was what was it? And then like in the first round, I priced both of my Armor.
Okay.
In the second round, I priced 2 Chakadect.
Okay.
And then I couldn't even get an energy after using 2 Professor Recharge, which is drawing 14 cards.
Jesus.
Like it's not even just no energy, it's no energy and no what do you call that? Earthen vessel, which like helps you to search for energy. Yeah. And then in my third round, I priced both of my Ho-Ohs. I was like,
just can't win.
Fuck this game, bro.
Yeah, you just can't win. Damn. Which reminds me, if you have lost in body fight before, you can now lost in body fight again in Vanguard.
Actually, I'm gonna be playing buddy fight, like legit buddy fight this weekend.
Jesus.
Cause like one of our mates is having his birthday, and then like people's like, hey, let's celebrate your birthday by playing buddy fight together.
Yay.
So apparently that's what we're doing now. So
oh, I get this. Because like why I say that is because basically now they are having kind of like collaboration with Vanguard. And basically the starting Vanguard, what it does is they will be your flex in a body fight. Yeah. Like basically what happens is when you open the flag as a cost, you have to say raise the flag, which is the thing that you say like when you start the body fight game. And then basically your deck will work as if it's a body fight. But with your deck like being drained like by 1 every turn for your gauge, and also like possibly 5 for your damages. Yeah. Very fun.
That's cringe.
Very fun way to lose my deck out. Indeed. But
that's so cringe.
We'll see. I mean, like body fight. It's just really remember like the usual copy paste stuff. Like corporation will do everything to milk the nostalgia of like game A, except for re-releasing game A. Because my friends were like, yeah, Bushiroad will do anything to get you interested in body fight, except for continuing body fight. That's what they do best.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a butterfly player, but yeah, cannot question their decisions, really.
Exactly. I don't know. As long as Dungeon World is not there, I am safe. For now. But anyway. We are not Spotify players, nor we are Vanguard players. We are Battlespace players. So as usual, this has been 2 weeks since our last conversation, so now time for us to kind of like catch up with like what was being revealed for like the past 2 weeks basically. Yay! Are you ready, Ayumu?
Yay!
Show your enthusiasm because we have the Mulga Chicken Night. Yay! Another chicken night is always good. But just now, this is the absolute state. Because like this guy is not only it's what do we call that Kenzoku again? The fuck, what was it again? It's not vassal. It's not follower, right? How do you call Kenzoku again?
Kensoku-ken. What?
Kenzoku, the family Kenzoku.
Oh, we call it devotee.
Oh yeah, devotee. It has devotee. It has Astro Blazer, and it has. Okay, it's the last one is of course it's a 100 piece. I was like, is this guy like having like all the buffet all of like the unique like the series family? So like it has Astro Blazer, devotee, and then like origin of or primal. So like, okay. But no, it's just my brain making its own pattern as usual. That's how ChatGPT fucks up. But yeah. So
what? Wait, what? You were using ChatGPT?
no. I mean, like ChatGPT was supposed to how like the large language model is supposed to like mimic how it think. That's why they in their algorithm somewhere there's like a random element. That's why if you prompt like the same thing twice, like you can have different answer to that. Because
Right.
there are some parts that they might randomize so that it will feel like it's a natural person like speaking. Because like there's always that amount of randomness that is involved with our way of thinking. The randomness doesn't always means it will be wrong, but like you don't it's more like when you see like cookies and cream ice cream, sometimes you're just in a mood to just say, yep, I want something with cream and cookies instead of like cookies and cream. Those kind of things. It's kind of like the it's kind of like the obvious example, but yeah, that's kind of thing that happens. Yeah. So once per turn same name during this when this Mirage is set. When you want to deploy a Parvati or summon a 100 piece card, basically you can fulfill one of the yellow reduction symbol. Yeah. So and then during the opposing attack step, when your life reduces, you can discard top card of your deck. If it's a Parvati or a devotee or a 100 piece card, during this turn, one of the opposite spirit get minus 10,000. If it becomes 0, destroy it. And it's cost 5 with only mirages. So yeah,
It's like it's okay. I don't understand why it's only like during this turn. Like that's the thing. Like honestly, I do not like this card. It's just like it feels so random.
Yeah. Would have been a permanent effect, and it should be fine. I mean, like that way you can't really abuse it. Maybe they just kind of wanted to encourage you to swap your mirages, but like, I mean, like,
No, I think it's just like some balancing issues there. Like somehow like they just don't want to give like a constant reduction to like 100 piece, which like I don't understand. It's like, bro, Diva is literally a bigger family. You give them Magoichi.
Yeah, exactly.
So like I think the only reason is because like they needed a common card, but then like they don't wanna give it like an ass effect, even though this is still pretty ass. And they were like, you know what? Let's give them reduction, but it only lasts for the turn.
Exactly. Yeah,
I mean, actually, to be fair, I suppose like another thing is because like they consider like maybe you sell it, and then like you swap your Mirage, and then you still get the effect. Like that's probably what they're thinking. Really, yeah, but like it's like not good. Like at this point, like Parvati has too many cards, so it's like
there's no slot for him as usual.
Yeah, there's no slot for the chicken. People who ate them all.
Yeah, I will one day make a deck with just chicken knights. The chicken knights army will prevail. No, just kidding. They wouldn't. Spoilers, they wouldn't. Yeah. So let's move on. We have a revival version of Kazari Ochi. Yeah, I don't know. I just read this guy's name from the katakana, so I wasn't sure like how to like. I don't think it's supposed to be English anyway. So this is the guy that basically.
I mean, if anything, it's probably Indians.
Probably.
Or like what do you call Hindi?
Hindi?
I think that's like supposedly the Indian language, right?
Yeah.
Not like actually Indian. Or
Yeah,
something
arguable.
like that.
That's.
Oh god, too many skeletons.
Exactly.
And I died.
Okay, I thought like you're talking about like the history between the UK and India.
So that was so funny, but now I'm just playing Minecraft as you. So and like I saw a dungeon in my map, so I was like, you know what, let's go to that map. And then like there's too many skeletons, and creeper exploded behind me, and then I died.
Yay! At least you don't die because of the skeletons. That will suck.
Oh no, I got shot by the skeleton.
Okay.
Because like the creeper exploded, I got half a heart left and just get shot.
Okay.
Dead.
Damn.
360 no scope.
Damn. My goodness. Which reminds me in Drone Factory Guardians of Azuma, I just headshot at a chicken that is just chilling. So I was like, huh.
What? Why?
No, the chicken is
that
like.
That reminds me. What was it?
No. So in Drone Factory, they don't have like normal animals. Like even the chicken and the cows that you will have in your farm, they're all monsters that you have to tame.
Okay,
so basically, at this point, they don't give me an option to tame anything. So all monsters are hostiles to me. So I was just like, I needed to get into the treasure, and then like that chicken is way too close, and I just got this bow, so I kind of want to try it out. So let's try a headshot, and then it literally like one shots the chicken. Yeah. Also, the bow was like 7 times stronger than the sword that they gave you in the beginning, so I don't know if it's the status or if it's the headshot. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Because like the arrow can just shoot in straight lines. That is also not a straight line because that's not how arrows work. But also, you can kind of like aim, and then I think then you should get like some bonus damage because like the aiming takes time, so it should give you some damage, right? Or at least it's just placebo, but yeah. Anyway, this guy is basically your one of the quote unquote like the cards that helps you to win, because if your 100% has cost 4 or higher attacks, you can discard the top card of your deck. If it's if the cost is lower than the attacking spirit, lower than the attacking spirit, then you shoot 1 life to the reserve, so that effect does not change. What changed is basically this guy, when it is summoned, it can fetch specifically Grandwalker Parvati from your trash to your hand. So now they just expanded it to any Parvati, so that you can any Parvati Grandwalker Nexus, so that you can also fetch the contractor Parvati, basically. Yeah.
And I think it's like 3-2 right now, right?
Oh yeah, that's also the big boost. The old one is 3-1, which is Yeah, that's the
it was
only
just
annoying
like
part.
made it a bit awkward, but
Yeah.
like now, yeah, it's like way better.
Yep, it's like nope, just drop it. It's like got break. Yep, I
Yeah.
will not bother to leave it in the soul state. Send to the trash. But yeah, I guess it just expands the utility a little bit. Just to have something that can fetch something, I guess. Well, also leading you to your win con. Which is, yeah, that it is a bit kind of, I mean, I don't know. I think like my builds leans more towards the bit down, so like there's no big win condition. This is one of like, yep, attack, just tap right, just fuck, what was it? What was it again? Like, how do you call tapping in Saga again? Just swing.
Tapping? You mean family?
No.
What?
Tap. Yeah, I turn my card sideways and then my opponent dies. Basically, that's my strategy.
All right. Unga bunga.
Yeah. I mean, like there are some. Parvati does have some elements of like being allowing you to manipulate the top card of your deck, so it is not totally random. And there's some strategy involved in your turning sideways. But if you want to oversimplify it, it is turning sideways kind of thing. You just have to set like the right marriage at the right time, basically. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
yeah, it's like I feel like party will be very fun. When like yeah, when like the new cast comes out.
Well, yeah, I tested it. I spent like 5 minutes. I still have the footage, by the way. I was like when I was testing it with Toki. I think I spent like 5 minutes to resolve the effect of like one of the. So like one of these mirage effects that when your spirit attacks and then you discard the top card of your deck. I think I spent 5 minutes to actually like resolve the whole effect. Because I discarded Ardhanarishwara and then Ardhanarishwara summoned something. And then that something do another thing. And then that triggers my opponent's card. Like now we have to resolve that as well. And then like after everything is done, we both forget that what was like happening in the first place.
Oh my god, no. Have you seen like like the Extreme League?
Oh, not yet. Oh yeah, I really haven't
like
seen it.
Oh my god, like the games of Hera, it's just like insane. Like the sequence that they had to do with like all the cards. It's like I'll change, I'll like banish this card and remove your card, so you gotta destroy that. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna summon my spirit as well, and on summon, I'm just gonna banish another card. And when I banish, I'm just gonna summon another one. It's like oh my god, like the sequence was like insane there. But like actually, you know what? The most amazing one is still like this Brahma player, and like was like the last game or something like that. Like his time was running out, and then his hands was like speed,
Speed.
and then somehow he didn't misplay as well. Like that was crazy. Like he didn't misplay, and he won the game as well. It's like damn. Man.
Yeah, I think I saw him tweeting after like the leak. Basically, he said that so I was like considering all like the best decks in the meta, and then like when I brought that up to my friends, they just say that nope, just play your comfort deck, like play the deck that you can use the best, and then like he did just that and he won. Damn, that must have felt really good. I wanted to use a more crude words, but like yep, it must have felt like really good. It feels like you just won like the playground fight in a good way. I never won the playground fight, by the way, so I never know the feeling of like winning a playground fight. Is it good? Leave a comment.
I don't know. Nah. I'm never.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know either. No.
Yeah, I was a bullet kid when I was small, so I really see like winning the playground fight as like, damn, it's something that you can only do when you were a child, basically. Which is also like, as when he said that it is a satisfaction that you can only get when you do use your comfort deck in a pro stage. Like if you, like I guess you can kind of like do it as a casual in a tournament, but like there's a different because this is work now. And it's just to bring your favorite shoes to work and it works out for you. Basically, timeless occasion. He did great. I was meaning to the greatest achievements, and we'll move on to the next card. So yeah, this is not really a new card. I just want to point out we called it out. We were right. Yes. Yatika Rakesh has returned.
Wait, which one? Which one is that? You're actually not sharing your screen, so I don't know.
I forgot. It's so yeah. Basically, getting back to the theme of reprint of Legends. We got Yatika Rakesh inside the game again.
Oh, right.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the white one is like one of the more like
The better
useful ones, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we can.
But like, it's kind of weird right now because obviously, you know, we got like it's all about groundwalk, more like about groundwalkers now than like, you know, being a plain normal narcissist or whatsoever.
Yeah.
So it's a bit weird, but I mean, hey, I mean, at least my minus counter still works, I guess. Yeah.
Exactly. And then now the minus count kind of works a little bit better, quote unquote. Given that now you have like lots of more tools to kind of like trigger your rebirth as well. Yeah, not a bad choice. And not a bad thing to have in your spare, like when the occasion arises. Also, it's it is still kind of like one of your easier ways to kind of like remove a nexus permanently. I say that, and then we have the revival HIRAHIRA, so yeah, HIRAHIRA is better, I guess. Such.
Oh, like, yeah. I mean, yeah. HIRAHIRA, like, no matter if it's original or like the revival one, it's still better than Yatika. Yeah.
In terms of removal, but also Yeti, yeah.
I mean, no, literally, like HIRAHIRA pierces as well. So.
Oh yeah, true.
Actually, I can't remember what the revival HIRAHIRA does. I only know if it lost the effect of like adding symbols and like that's about it.
Yeah, she basically
because like that was like what people complaining about. Oh, it's like she lost the symbols. I mean, it's like, I mean, yeah, I can get what they're complaining about, but like also at the same time, it's like, you know, it's you can like send her out like by turn 3 or 4 or something like that. So
yeah,
you know, it's really not that bad.
Also, she basically trades off like the extra symbol for the manifest, and it activates during the opposing turn as well. So like,
oh god, yeah. It's one manifest / attack / blocks.
Exactly, because like it activates during when it manifests. Like I was like, when we were testing, I was like, I mean like it only activates during manifest, right? Like she survives, and then like I mean like even if I block now, like it can do it, and then like Amami just pointed out, it's like it's when manifest attacks and blocks. I was like, oh. Then I won't block and remove your attacker. It cannot be prevented. So go to the bottom deck you go.
Yeah, and then like what? Oh no, she still costs 8. Yeah, but like having manifest like makes so much easier to use.
Exactly.
Like honestly, I'm probably gonna max out this one in my deck.
Oh yeah, HIRAHIRA, yes.
I'm probably not gonna even bother with Ultimate Shield. Just gonna be like 3 diamond walls and like 3 HIRAHIRA as like the main defense, and like kind of like that's it probably.
Yeah, not a bad choice actually.
Not a bad choice.
Not a bad choice. And Yatika, when the occasion rises, I guess it's still good. I mean, like Yatika has the double symbol from the start, which is something because you can summon out Yatika with lots of stuff. And then extra double symbol, always nice. Especially if your opponent wasn't ready and you have the groundstone, and then now you have a 3 symbol unblockable, and you can return something in the process. Yeah.
Yeah, like Yatika isn't bad. It's just like
not the time for Yatika to come out, I guess.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, it's like it's also like more of like, does it really need a reprint? Like if people need it, they can just buy it.
Exactly.
I don't think they're like people are lacking in the Etika. That's the thing.
Exactly. And with it's not the centerpiece on like how Premia plays anyway. It is an option. So like I think like that's probably the only downside on Etika being reprinted. Because you want to focus more on speed, but now you kind of like limit that speed by giving them something that unless you got them from Harun or Agafia, in which Agafia is also reprinted, by the way, then you have to rely on summoning Yatika.
Wait, which one? Sorry,
Agafia, the burst that got
Agafia.
limited.
Yeah. Which is like really funny. Like you gave us new burst and then you reprint Agafia as well. I mean, it still makes sense. Like they kind of foresaw that like, people would just play one copy of Agafia anyway. So like actually that kind of makes sense. I'll give them that. Like, but like also at the same time, Agafia just like it's limited to one copy. And then it's like, I think it's a rare, isn't it? Or is it like even like a common? It's a rare, but even then, rare isn't too hard to find, is it?
Yeah,
like especially since like it's not even like a was like a universal card, versatile card. It's literally just using like what is it, like Ice Princess? Like it was like something like what do you call it, like Red Mantis? Which like you use in every deck instead of like a rare. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Like a lot of people want it, but like Agafia is like, really? No, I don't think like I don't think people will struggle to find that, but like, you do you, Bandai.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of just to stay with the theme that okay, so you can kind of like get all the stuff that you get that you need for the deck that they wanted you to play, within this set only. Like you don't have to open anything else. I guess that's kind of the goal. And in that sense, Agafia still kind of makes sense because it's kind of like in line with the experiences that they are trying to sell.
I mean, that's fair, yeah.
Like the other ones that we questioned earlier, it's like, yep, this barely contributes to anything, so like, why is this here? Like Agafia, bad choice, but understandable.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me. Like, I think we still have slots for reprints in for yellow, which is this is C47, isn't it? Yeah, C47. 8. No reprint. Maybe. Actually, no, that's revival one that I'm looking at. I don't know. I think we still have slots for yellow reprint because like is actually, or did they show it already? Let's see. No, they haven't yet. Yeah. Like how Pavati has like this cost 6 that does like a retrieval.
Which one? Oh yeah, the retrieval. Yes. Kartikeya.
Yeah, like I don't know why they're not reprinting that.
Good question.
I actually don't know if we have more. If we have any more slots for the reprint cards.
Yeah.
Like, if not, then like oh well.
Oh well, I guess
which is like weird, but like I mean, I suppose the cameo revival, but like, how are they gonna revive it? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, I think it's already like good enough.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I will definitely still put her in. Because they can basically like retrieve anything that is not a cost 6 or not a cost 7. Which that also surprises me because I thought like I read because like I was like just skimming through the card and I saw like a number and I thought it mostly going to be like 6 or lower or 6 or higher, right? And it's like I actually like summon out and then I still feel like okay, so even if I can only fetch like 6 or lower, that's still like a really big range. Like let's put her in. And then I summon her out and then like no, it's other than 6. So basically just to prevent you from fetching herself, but anything is a fair game. I can take Sterlicia out, so like
yeah. I mean, like my friend is guessing that like it may be that like they're putting her as a revival, and then like instead of just like recycling spirit card, it's like any Hunter Beast family card. But that means you can also take back the magic. What is it? Flow like pedal. Yeah.
Yeah.
which like that will actually make sense. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Actually, was it? My friend like has been testing with the new cards, and then like he literally told me that like bro, you don't even need Strelitzia now. He actually said Strelitzia is too slow for the deck now. Which is actually crazy to think about.
Interesting. I'll probably test again without Strelitzia later then. I don't know. I just want Strelitzia to be there just for the flavor. Although it's not a Parvati card, still. I really like the character that has Strelitzia. Okay. Imagine me just
Too many
like
waifus, bro. Choose one.
yeah, yeah, one per deck.
Well, I mean, you got Parvati in there already, so
Yeah, but Rin, Parvati or Rin, damn, that's a hard choice. The one good thing about Parvati is all her avatar is herself. So if you choose any of her avatar, you're choosing Parvati as well. So that's not cheating. Yeah. So it's a buy one get four deal right now. And speaking of deal, we have another cost 0 spirit making its return. We have Sakinami Doji returning as a limited version of itself in the upcoming anime booster Burning Legacy. I cannot read. Yeah, it used to be a vanilla. Now it's no longer a vanilla. It has like lots of text as opposed to previously it having none.
Which is like crazy to think about. Like, but I'm also glad that like Battle Spirits has like reached a point where like they don't release vanilla anymore unless it's like necessary for the deck, like Tsukuyomi, something like that. But like it's still crazy looking at so much text on a cost 0.
I know, right? Like,
and it's actually good as well, like hand protection and like burst protection as well.
Oh yeah. And then also,
What do you mean? Oh yeah, do you not read that before you put it up?
I already forgot everything.
Bruh.
I just remember that this card. I just remember the ones that I have strong feelings for, which are the girl cards. As you can see, Sakinami Doji is not a girl. Yeah.
I mean, it can be a girl if you wanted to.
Damn. No, my worldview is changing.
Cause well, shit, let me double check what actually is Doji.
I mean, they're fighting spirits, that's for sure. So, the war god, which doesn't stop it from being female, because we do have like female fighting spirits.
Yeah, it's like actually, yeah, they don't actually. I think it's just like a term for like what is it, like for like lesser god kind of thing, I guess.
So it's kind of like, I mean, like, it's supposed to be like something Chinese, right? Something like the levels of what you achieve.
It's like no, I think it's like I think it's just like a term for, I don't know really. Okay, yeah, it's so weird because like when I want to search it up, like it just gives me like the Chinese meaning. Like no, I don't want the Chinese meaning. It just means child actually. A boy between. Oh, it's like a boy retainer who follow his. Yeah, so it's something. So it's something like a lesser god kind of thing. Oh no, wait. But like Doji is like specifically male. Okay, never mind then. But it's okay. You can think of me as a fanboy.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the definition from Wiktionary. Wiktionary actually. Yeah. They don't have an I in between.
Oh.
Yeah. So in Buddhism / mythology, a boy retainer who follows the Buddha, but I cannot pronounce that word. Bodhisattva.
Is it? It's not Bodhisati.
A bodhisattva or wisdom king around. How do you pronounce that? Bodhisattva. I don't know why I just pronounce it like like a very Italian or like French accent, but here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bodhisattva or something like that. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Actually, and like a few days ago, I actually learned about the ranking
Mm-mm.
in like Buddhism.
Mm-mm.
So and I actually only knew it now. I'm sorry if I'm being ignorant, but I actually never realized there's more than one Buddha.
Mm.
I thought like Buddha's one person, but no, it's just it's a ranking.
Mm-mm.
So there are many Buddhas,
Mm-mm.
but like it's just like the most popular one is usually it's like like the prince,
Mm-mm.
the prince who like got
Yeah.
an enlightenment.
Mm-mm.
Who's like was called Siddhartha
Siddhartha Gautama.
Siddhartha
Siddhartha
Gautama.
Gautama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But then like there's like also like there's like another really popular one called like Amita or something like that.
Mm-mm. Mm.
Amit. Let me see if yeah. No, Amitabha or something like.
Amitabha.
That's a really weird accent. I cannot read that. Yeah, it sounds like because I can kind of read like like the pronunciation, the symbols, but like that's the first time I saw that symbol, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But I guess it's English is like Amitabha. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like actually another Buddha. It's like not the same Buddha, but I thought they were the same people. And then like I only realized now, like when people like in like horror films and like something like that, and like how like people would like chant like something Amitabha. That's basically like people asking him to like give like a blessing or like protect them, something like that. Which I didn't know. I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah, because like
I thought it meant something else, but like no, it's literally yeah. How do you pronounce? I think it's like Namu
yeah, Namo Amitabha.
Okay, so in Japanese it's Namu Amitabha.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it translated to I take refuge in Amitabha Buddha. So it's literally means like please protect me, Amida. Like something like that. Amitabha. Sorry. So sorry I keep pronouncing it wrong, but like here we are.
Yeah. I mean like I even just pronounced it from what I heard from like that what is fuck, why do I forget that monk from the Journey to the West?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, cause like
Dong Samjong. Because like
Sanjong, yeah.
Mm-mm.
Cause like also like yes, so it's because so like Sanjong was actually seeking specifically Amitabha Buddha. Because like what happens is that like so every Buddha kind of does a different thing. Oh my god, we're going deep now into the rabbit hole. But like so like, from what I learned, so basically what I was doing is I was reading that book about Japanese mythology. Like 2 weeks ago I mentioned that as well. But like basically because like Buddhism like is also mixing up with like the Shinto mythology a lot, so that's why like they talk about Buddhism there. But like guys, you gotta understand that Buddhism is like one of the biggest religions in Japan. Especially if you don't count Shinto, it's literally like the biggest one. Because like Shinto technically is not a religion. It's like more like a cultural practice kind of thing. But like either way, back to Buddhism. It's like so basically what happens like so in the concept of Buddhism, is that every person have like a life cycle. You die, you rebirth into like a new person, and then you just like keep going on, until you reach enlightenment, which then you kind of like your soul or something like that will get sent to this place called Nirvana, right?
Yep.
Amitabha, what he did is that like he created this pure land of perfect peace and happiness called Sudavati, which is like so it's not like the end point you should aim to go to. Like your end point should still be Nirvana, but like like a resting point for you, before like you born into like like that.
Mm-mm.
Um, it's like a limbo, but like
Mm-mm.
you're happy there,
Mm-mm.
kind of.
I see.
Yeah, and so like live in the West,
Mm-mm.
somewhere in the West,
Mm-mm.
which is why the Chinese story is called Journey to the West.
Mm.
Yeah. So like in English, it's like usually called the Western Pure Land, or the land of bliss.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So like, this is why the story is called Journey to the West, because like Sanjiang is literally trying to go to the West
Mm-mm.
to go to this location,
Mm-mm.
but like it might like realistically said, it might got mixed up because like with like real life location.
Mm-mm.
Because like I if I remember correctly, so like basically Buddhism also have a lot of branches. It's like how Christianity has like a lot of branches.
Yes.
Buddhism actually has a lot as well.
Mm-mm.
But like there are three main ones, and then like one of them is like usually more heavily believed in East Asia, mainly China and Japan.
Mm-mm.
And so like if you think about it this way, then like it kind of makes sense when they think about why they think the land of bliss is in the West, because that's literally where India is.
Mm-mm.
Is in the West,
Mm-mm.
or like somewhere like Southwest kind of thing.
Yep.
So like probably when people are saying like they want to go to the West, this probably means something more like they want to go to India kind of thing. But like which is like what I believe as well when I was like reading Journey to the West, because I felt like Sanjay was just like trying to go to India, but they call it Sulafati for like whatever reason. But like apparently no, it's because Sulafati is literally in the West. They don't tell you where exactly it is. They just say you just go towards the West and you reach there.
Yeah. It might
Yeah,
be
but
in
like
Europe for
Journey,
all we can tell.
but like Journey to the West is also very interesting because like they also say like, I mean, I don't know if it's like from like the real religious belief or it's just like part of the story, but like basically they were saying that like you have to walk for 81 days to reach that spot. But like it was like some like very interesting concept. And then oh my god, talking about Sanjang, like because I've been going back into FGO recently, Fate Grand Order.
Yep.
And then like and then like, I was starting this like sixth singularity, which is like chapter 6 basically, sixth singularity. And then literally right from the beginning is Sanjiang as a female talking to the Knights of Round Table. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
you're supposed to go to the West, but I think you're going way too far to the West. I was
way
joking
too
about
far,
it
bro.
being in Europe.
No. Here's the funniest thing. Okay, like he or well, she in this case, because in Fate she's a girl. She was talking to the Knights of Round Table in Jerusalem. I was like, excuse me? Girl, I think you went to the wrong Holy Land.
You know what? The biggest fantasy in that is like the British people actually like can hold like whatever the fuck months horse journey all the way from the UK to the, to the Middle East.
No, that actually happened because you remember there was the crusade.
Ah, yeah, true.
Yeah. Though I cannot remember if the crusade was done by I think it was done by the British, right?
Yeah, not
or
sure.
was it just some random Europeans? I actually don't know.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a more. I mean, like at that time, it was kind of like the term like Rome as like the holy capital, kind of like thrown around to whoever's going to pay the most, basically. So yeah, we have lots of like Rome, basically.
Yeah, I mean that's right. Yeah, but like, I mean the Fate story was like really weird, kind of like really weird as well. Because like basically like the story of Fate during that chapter. I mean I haven't finished it yet, but at least from the beginning, what it's saying is that the Holy Land was destroyed by the Knights of Round Table, and then they claimed the land for themselves to establish a city ruled by the Knights of Round Table. So usually they're the good guys, but like this time they're the bad guys, kind of thing. it was really funny because like it was supposed to be like because like that's when the crusade happened. It was like between like 12th to 13th century, but then somehow Ozymandias was revived. So we don't know who Ozymandias was. He was one of the most famous Egyptian kings or pharaohs from like BCE. So it was like a long time, or like somewhere in between, you know, like I think it's like around like first to second century around that time, like just maybe a little bit earlier. Actually, like some people might remember him more as like Ramses II. But like somehow he was spawned into 13th century Jerusalem with his whole city with him.
Okay.
And then so there was this clash of forces between Ozymandias and the Knights of the Round Table. And then you got the third party, which was the actual Jewish from that time, with this like really famous person called which like they usually being classified as like assassins in like Fate.
Hassan. Hassan.
Yeah. And then it's like, and then like, at this point it's like, what the fuck is going on? But like, oh my god, it's like the story's like getting so much better now.
Yeah.
Like it's just like so weird. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And then like oh my god, like this chapter also has one of the most ridiculous stages like ever, because like somehow like we had to face what's this guy called, Gawain. So like, you know, he's one of the round knights, and then he was ridiculously powerful. And then like basically what I had to do, I had to bring like one of the strongest servants. For those who don't know Fate, basically as the strongest character, called Hercules.
Okay.
Who can revive himself like at least 5 times. Yeah, and then like and then I said to raise another specific servant to like deal like extra damage, called Uriel, I think. And like she was like one of the Greek nymphs who can deal extra damage to male characters.
Okay.
You know, because like one of her traits is that she can seduce people. I think, I can't remember exactly. I mean, like the actual mythology, I cannot remember exactly. I was something like, I had to raise her specifically, which took me like a whole night to grind. And then I still died after reducing Gawain's health to like half of it. Because like Hercules didn't manage to tank everything. Because like somehow Gawain is giving burn damage as well. So that burn will kill Hercules an extra time. So that means I'm basically spending 2 revives in 1 turn. And so like at the end I was like, fuck it. I'm using my command seal. And like for those people who don't understand, basically I have like, you can like imagine like I have like 2 chances to revive completely every week.
Okay.
So I use up one of these chances to revive completely and just like beat his ass, basically. Somehow it was called like the monk by like the Fates community. I don't know why. Probably related to like the stories afterwards. But like my friends like, oh my god, you finally beat the monk. As in like monkey, not like monk, not like Buddhist monk, like monkey. Yeah, you finally beat the monkey. Yeah. It's so weird. Well, that's why I love the game.
Exactly. Damn. Then you will probably love Adventure Quest.
What you think?
Nah, I was just joking because the next one is Furin Limited. Yay!
Back to Battle Spirits.
Yay!
Oh my god, I love how they just like casually introducing a cost to spam deck, because like why the fuck not?
Exactly.
I actually never check how many Furin do I even have right now. Let me see.
Yeah, because I only remember Melon Furin.
Yo, what Furin?
Melon Furin. I think it's part of like the multiplier deck, I think.
Yeah, it was. I thought you said lawn Fulin.
No,
It's
no,
like,
no,
there's
no.
lawn
No,
Fulin?
no.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize we have so many Fulin. Yeah, we have Melon Fulin.
Uh-uh.
We got Fulin 10. We got the Gothica Fulin. What does it add? It adds Amato, so
Yeah, it's
Celeste
basically
and Cashin Avatar. Yeah.
ah.
So you can't even add the other Fulins.
Yeah.
And then we got Mori Fulin
Mm-mm.
from BS55.
Mm-mm.
I forgot about that card.
Yeah.
And then obviously we got the original Fulin.
Mm-mm.
We got a Brave called Kigurumi Fulin. It was released in like the Diva set. Yeah, but even like the Brave condition is only for Divas only, so this is unusable. It doesn't even have a symbol. If it has a symbol, maybe we can think about that. We got Fulin LT, and then we also got Halloween Fulin.
Yay.
which actually has a really interesting flash effect. So like the Halloween Fulin is also a magic card. And it's like swap the cost between two spirits and ultimates, two opposing spirits or ultimates. Yeah, which is like, okay, yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, what does this do? By sending so call from the spirit to the trash, and you can discard any number of Fulin from your hand or remove someone. For each 2 discarded during this time, all your Fulin add 1 symbol. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then mata wa. Okay. I see. Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Yes, so I guess what you will probably do. Actually, no, because Tsukuyomi doesn't charge cost 2, does it?
Yeah, I don't think so. He
No.
only charge from cost 0 and 3 or higher.
Yeah, it's an awkward number. So I suppose you can still mix with Tsukuyomi, but I guess not.
Yeah, probably not.
You probably just spam on the cost 2 for rings and like. Actually, no, this doesn't live on even limited cost, does it? No, it doesn't. So yeah, you can play Melophiline.
Melophiline, but it says it just asks for Furin, not the yokai.
Yeah, just ask for any Fulines. And what does Fuline 10 does? When summoned, if this spirit isn't your core charge target, put a call from the void to one of your ground goodnesses. This effect can be used once per turn. Okay. I mean, it's still with Fulin, so we're probably gonna throw that in, but like, yeah.
I mean, like,
and then like Molly Fulin is the interesting one when it leaves the field by the opposite effect. You can return a magic bullet or Supreme Hero magic card to hand. Doesn't limit any color.
Yeah.
If you have 3 counters or more, instead of returning to hand, you can immediately pay. You can cost over Sihala. Okay, you can immediately use the flash effect without paying the cost. So you can oh my god. So basically it means you can play Fulin with like a decent amount of defense as well. Probably max out the Gift of Denial, and then also what's that card called? Blushblade. Yeah, Blushblade Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it also depends on like what magic bullets you can use. Maybe like the purple one. I don't know.
Oh yeah, cover slash will also work.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, cavalry. But it's only the 5 purple ones.
Yeah, it's more for it's for the flash effect, right? So it's more into like, okay, so now destroy everything that has 3 or less cores.
Yeah,
basically if your opponent have to destroy your Furin, then basically their port will get wiped clean.
Actually, and then does Fulin LT discard has to it just discards any cards, right? I think.
So Chibuno
it has to discard Fulin. Okay,
any
no, it has
Furin.
any Fulin. Yeah, because I was going to say it was like any cards like dump all your magic cards to trash, but apparently not.
Yeah, of course not.
I mean, still, it can be pretty fun deck to play. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. And if we get Hanzo's contractor, even better. I guess.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we're getting Kanetsugu first.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, recently we have too many yellow decks. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, let's ignore playability first. I'm looking at you, Alphiel. 10, 15? I actually can't remember.
Yeah, it's 15. No, it's imaginate. It's only imaginate.
It's just called
angel.
Imaginate
Yeah.
Alphiel.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at you. But yeah, because like we have too many yellow decks. Sure. And then also like because like Isis is also contract Isis is also coming, so
Yeah.
we have way too many yellow decks.
And we have Morrigan as well.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah,
Morrigan will come up later. So, is she coming up later, or have we talked about her last week? I think it's last.
I can't remember actually.
Last 2 weeks. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we talk about the image, but yeah, but obviously we got like the Grandstone coming as well, which was like a pleasant surprise for sure.
Pleasant surprise for me, definitely. So yeah, let's see. Because like, I mean, like Hanzo is like hard coded to be like the character that wants you to think like how yellow plays, which is you attack with smaller creatures, you play magic, and then you go past your opponents. Which is never what happened in the real world. You either use only magic or only spirits.
I mean, it's really hard to strike the balance because, like, you know, you kind of want to spam with spirits, but then at the same time, it's like, but then I don't have slots for my magic.
More magic.
Yeah, my magic.
Yeah, imagine if Inugami now is just now a catalyzer instead of like relying on your soul core, playing magic with soul cores. Cause like, I mean, yeah, Hanzo's ace card is QB Fox, but before that, like his mid attacker is always Inugami, right? Yeah, we'll be interested to see how Inugami, LT, and QB Fox XV turns out. Indeed.
Actually, are we getting a QB Fox 10? I don't think we are we?
Maybe not now, because I think like we are getting like the Sengoku Princess as well in the set.
No, but like you know, it doesn't have to be an extra.
True.
Or not 10, sorry, LT, my bad. Actually we haven't got any news about that. So maybe we still have it.
Yeah. I think like QB Fox LT will work. Because like I think like although Hanzo will not be getting a contract there, like we do get like cards from like Kanetsugu as well in this set.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
oh my god, like the green cards are insane. We need to get to that later.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, like I think it definitely will be there. So either a QB Fox LT or a QB Fox X. Then I mean,
no, it's gonna be LT because it's not like an X rare.
Yeah.
Which is like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the. I don't know that logic in naming, but like here we are.
Yeah. Also, like Hanzo is the side character, so his ace card cannot be an extra. That day indeed. Yeah. And then Homura Ragdoll LP. Yeah. Destroy discard an opposing cost 4 or less magic from the opposing field. So to remove the Kizuna field, so you can remove their stuff, I guess. And then Conspirator Soul Core. When this spirit has a soul core while it is level 2, if your hand is 5 or less, you draw 2 cards.
It's like insane. It's like it's a cost 2 card. I mean, granted you need 4 cards on it, but like still, to be fair, this is actually pretty decent. But like, I don't know if we're gonna have a slot for that.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I mean, like this set is still designed for draft. So like, imagine like getting this in your draft. It's like, yeah, if you get this in your draft and you lose, it's like, it's going to be really embarrassing.
I mean, I even forgot there's supposed to be a draft.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like LT. Now I see LT and I instantly in my mind this should be a draft set. I don't know. I don't think that's how it works this time.
Maybe
because like we do have like a draft booster coming up, and this anime booster
true,
is
yeah.
a new lineup, so like we have to
yeah,
see.
of course, Brave is getting 2 sets.
Yeah,
Freaking insane.
exactly.
They just gonna milk down before stand starts. Freaking hell.
Exactly. And then of course we have the Tanegashima LT, which is also pretty crack. Just remember
Which
the
one?
momnya saying
Oh yeah,
crack.
this one.
Yeah. Can be summoned before your deck is when your deck is discarded, before it goes to the trash. It can be summoned. Discard in your hand or trash cannot be affected by opposing effects. And then if your opponent activates a deck destruction before your deck is discarded, you can summon discard. And then permanently, both players' deck cannot be discarded. Also, if you have a Dairakuten Mao, contractor Dairakuten Mao, during this turn, during the opposing turn, this spirit is unaffected by opposing spirit, ultimate, brave, nexus effects. Yeah. It's a cost one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, the irony is now this card is actually becoming a true pain in the ass for Gunjo Zone, because like this card, despite being a common, is a big plot point, because up to that point, Zone relies heavily only on deck destruction. And then this card came out and her deck just literally stops. In which the character development is then she has to finally like explore other win conditions, and then she became the dirty good stuff player who one-shots their opponents with 5 symbols in one attack, because why not?
I mean, to be fair, it's actually like it's just a really decent like character development. Not gonna lie.
True. And that's the biggest character development that you can get. Actually, like adopting other strategies. Not like Reka Yukimura. If the consecutive blade is not strong enough, then I'm going to consecutive blade even harder.
Yeah. Oh my god, my key spirit's at the bottom. I could have spanned you to death. No, I'm just gonna draw to the bottom to get my soul dragon.
Exactly.
Oh,
oh my goodness, I'm a one-trick pony and I cannot survive without my trick. Meanwhile, his friends are like, "Yup, I will, Toshi got an ultimate. Kanetsugu gets like multiple soul bursts. So actually switch to like, now her deck can either do deck distract like mill or like a one shot." And then Yukimura, I can consecutive blade but harder. Yeah. Anyway, we have another fan favorite. We have the number 32 Island Route LT, which is the all fan favorite. There was a time when I was starting playing Battle Spirits in the God King era, in which you play purple, and basically you are playing with a 34 card deck, because your deck will have 3 Island Route, a number 32 Island Route, and also 3 the Brigade Skyscraper. So basically, in which both cards with 3 costs to reduction with 1 symbol lets you draw 1 card when it's deployed. So practically speaking, if you drew all these 6 cards, you are playing with a 34 card deck. And 2 turn penalty probably, but yeah.
Yeah. Actually, talking about Island, talk about number cards. Can we talk about number cards later? They're actually really fun to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, why not?
Yeah, I think there are too many. Well, I mean, I'm gonna just talk about 7 cards for now, so
okay.
not gonna bother putting up the images. A bit too many of them.
All right.
But like, yeah, Island Rouge, like this Island Rouge is so cracked.
No, right.
I just love how like their mindset is like, okay, we have given so many draw one necesses, to the point where it's just like there's like too many of them, so like people are not gonna play all of them anyway.
Mm-mm.
And it's kind of like the case of Strong Draw, right? Like they basically print like one version like every set. I'm not even joking.
Exactly. Now we have deep sea draw, we have stream draw, like as Euro has like three of those cards. Like what the fuck?
But like this is like the size. Let's give more drawingness. Then you know what, you can play this on the bin as well.
Yeah, like your opponent plays threat and they destroy your spirit, and then they try to aggro you. No, it will come back and it will haunt them.
Yeah, especially with like the level 2 being a flash effect now as well. It's just so good. Oh, and they made it so much better as well because it's up to 2 cores.
Oh,
so like yeah. So like you can like just like remove 1 core as well because like like the old one is that like it's bound to has to be 2 cores. So if they just attack with like 1 core something like that, you literally cannot use that.
Yeah, because it's a set effect.
Yeah, because it's like a color there. Yeah, it's a conditional effect. Yeah. But like no, you can do it now.
Yay.
Yeah.
And then and in case you're wondering how do you get your soul core into your nexus, don't ever forget if you summon or deploy summon a spirit, brave or ultimate, or deploy a nexus at any time, you can move any number of cores to decide what level it will be. For nexuses, usually you wouldn't put anything because it has a level 1 cost of 0. But of course, sometimes you do want them to be at level 2 or higher, so you don't put a number, of course, as much as you need to. And you can do that. Well, when your opponent declares an attack, you basically deploy the island route, and then now the flash timing is yours. You can now activate the flash effect, sending your soul core, and then removing the attacker if you need to. So call Island Route number 32 today for your paid copy of number 32 Island Route LT. Yay.
I swear to God, it's gonna be only me who understand your dry jokes.
I don't know. I was trying to do like like the old TV commercial thing.
Yeah, I know you were. Yeah.
Yes, these days can't understand jokes unless it is spoon fed to them.
Unless it's brain rot.
So the mandatory brain rot. What is the tung sahur? The only one that I can. It is weirdly Indonesian, so like that's the one of the only brain rot that I can like basically like pronounce correctly. Tung sahur.
I don't know. I don't know what that means, but sure.
Yeah, because it's so tung is kind of like an onomatopoeia of like this kind of, how do you say that? It's kind of like a bell that you make out of bamboo. So the tung is basically the sound of it, and then sahur is it's when Muslim people fast, like before dawn. Basically, they wake up and then they pray and then they have their first meal of the day, that to help themselves to sustain themselves during the fasting period, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So to wake up in Indonesia, because we are so there's kind of like a culture that there are people who will like go around their village and then they would hit this bells made of bamboo to wake people up, basically to do their sahur, basically. So yeah, basically that the tung sahur is basically that the concept of like waking people up with that bell for sahur, basically. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. That's why it's kind of like a hollow bamboo tube that is bringing something like a stick to hit something, because it was supposed to be the thing that you hit with a stick. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, let's talk about some number necessities.
Yay.
Because like basically you know like the YouTuber Lukina.
Which
Like
oh yeah.
half a year ago,
Mm-mm.
he made like a video on talking about the first 7 number necessars. Like he said he was going to make more, but it's been half a year. I don't know why he's not making more. I guess the view wasn't good enough. I should make a comment like, please make more.
Yeah.
Which I should do that later. But like because like I like to talk about them because like especially in terms of their illustrations, like they are like very interesting. You know what? I might just send the images. Let's see if we can put them up.
Okay.
Let's start with this one. Number 1, North Sea Road.
Okay. Wait. Pop.
I mean, yeah. First of all, what do you think North Sea Road is?
No sushi road. It's a North Sea road. So it's Hokkaido, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, you got it right. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, so like basically the concept of number necessars is that diamonds.
Ooh.
Oh my god, this is a big thing.
Anyway, since we are talking about white card, which also has diamond as its symbols, and which if you don't know, from the old English battle spirits, each of these symbols and battle spirits is actually a gem, and the gem for white is diamond.
Yeah. But like but yeah, so like North Zero, which means Hokkaido. It has some actually very interesting references on like on the like the illustration because like you see how there's a clock tower in there. It's so you look at the shape, it's probably based on the Sapporo clock tower, which is in Sapporo, the biggest city in Hokkaido. And then the Sapporo clock tower is the oldest clock tower in Japan, built in 1878.
Damn.
Yeah, so like so this is like kind of the fun trivia that we can get from these number necessars. And then like and then as Lukina has also pointed out, so you see how in the background there's like rows of like houses or something like that. So like even though the clock tower seems to be based on Sapporo, the rest of the landscape seems to reference the scenery of Hakodate, which is another city in Hokkaido. And one of his famous spots is like is a row of Kanemori red brick warehouses. You know, and like this is kind of like what feature in like the artwork. You can see like the row of like warehouses behind the clock tower. Yeah, so like that's like our first card, our first reference, which is like because it's like really glad that like looking to point out all those details because like it's actually like really amazing how much detail the artist actually put into these cards.
Yeah.
And then like
I remember seeing them in abroad in Japan.
Oh. I thought you were gonna say yeah, but you never been to Japan, have you?
I only been to Tokyo. So basically yes. I haven't been to anywhere else.
Yeah, and so and then we got the second card.
This is kind of obvious. Blue Forest.
Yeah, Blue Forest. And I don't know why the wiki is bugging out, and then like some of the words are like highlighted for whatever reason. You know, I'll fix that later, whatever. But like yeah, so like the Blue Forest. Okay, you know, let's have you make out the name again. What is the actual prefecture?
Yeah, it's Aomori. Aomori prefecture.
Yeah.
Which literally means just Blue Forest.
Yeah. Yeah, so like Aomori, like it doesn't have too many references in there. But like Lukina has pointed out that you know, I think I gotta share Lukina's channel later as well.
Yeah.
Just to you know, just to give him credits. He's an amazing person, I think. Like he's not gonna lie, he sounds very soothing as well.
Yeah, I think like I really like you like Bellspears YouTuber that like tries to get out of like the FCG formula. It's like I think that's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. Oh, actually, I need to talk about another BS YouTuber later. But like, yeah, but like, Blue Forest, like, there's not too many references there. But like, probably the interesting thing is that like the forest in the background. I mean, it could have been just being a blue forest. But like Lukina said that like it might also be a reference to the Shirakami Sanchi, which is like a mountainous area. including what we call the last virgin forest of like Theobald's Beach, which is like a type of tree basically. So like it's a new term I also just learned today. So virgin forest, what it means is that it's like the primary location of like a specific species. So basically, this is where the Theobald's Beach originates from. Yeah. So and this is the last virgin forest of this particular tree in the world. Yeah. And because of that, the area became one of the first sites entered in the World Heritage List in Japan, along with Yakushima, Himeji Castle, and Buddhist monuments in the Horyuji area, I think, which is in like Kyoto, I think. And well, all of these areas are listed into the World Heritage in 1993. And like, yeah, there's some more fun facts. Yay. Yeah, but like this one isn't that obvious. But I think like Lukina was also just like using it as like to point it out, like some of the like interesting facts about like these prefectures. And then we got the third one. Number 3, Rokuhando. What do you think it is supposed to be?
Yeah, now this is getting a little bit tricky because rock is Ishihando. It's not Ishikawa, is it? Is there any Ishikawa?
No, it's not Ishikawa, no.
Interesting. Yeah, how do you like Isho.org? I could have just look up the other like the list of like the Japanese prefecture, but like I just so te can be hand can be read as te ta shu is issue not that, isn't it?
No, it's not. No.
Okay, fine. List of Japanese prefectures.
Yeah. This is. I mean, it's literally the third one, so you just say third prefecture or something like that.
Hokkaido, Tohoku, Aomori, Iwate. Yeah, Iwate.
Yeah, I actually don't know why it's called Iwa. It might be like an old pronunciation of like rock or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like it's kind of like like sometimes in different languages because there are like several concepts that are different. I think Iwa is more into kind of like a bigger rock, if I'm not wrong. Like Ishi is more kind of like Ishi is more into like the small rocks. Like Iwa is more into like the boulders.
Fair enough. Yeah. And yes, yeah. So like it's supposed to be Iwate. And like first of all, why it's called Iwate is because the prefecture is actually bound to a legend. Of an oni, which is basically ogre for those people who don't know Japanese terms. Being shackled to the rocks by the local deities after he harassed the local people. And as a seal off, the ogre make a handprint on one of the rocks, which is why it's called Iwate. Literally a rock hand. And so like, you can see the image, how like there's like huge rock hands. Because like, I mean, obviously, to be fair, that's like the most obvious illustration you can make here in the name. But like beside that reference, the legend's also referenced by how the cards is a designated support for the ogre wizard family, which obviously commonly has a multiple ogres. And Juki,
Juki.
And like I found that reference really interesting. And then like another thing is that you see the river in the middle. Which to be fair is more like a ravine, I think. Because it's like surrounded by like high rocks kind of thing. And that side most likely represents either the Genbike or Geibike, which are like two famous ravines in the Iwate prefecture.
Hey, it's the one featured in Abroad in Japan.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, as long as we are staying in North Japan, I think like almost everything will be there basically.
I mean that's fair, yeah. Yeah, but like that's about it. Like this is just more interesting because of like the legend behind it, which I suppose like not a lot of people would know. And then like we move on to the fourth one, which is Palesu Castle.
Palesu Castle. That is an interesting. I try to. I see this list of prefectures and I cannot connect it to Palace Castle. Even Shima, and it's Shima is island. What is castle? Oh, fuck. My Japanese is deteriorating. My English is yes. I'm recalibrating brain. Yuki Reiju. 応募す自分のスペートが破壊されたとき、自分の理解しまいドローする。Okay. Number 4, Palace Castle. Tohoku doesn't sound like it. Miyagi doesn't
Nope.
sound like it. Akita is definitely not it. Is it Miyagi?
Yeah, it's Miyaki. Yeah,
I see.
cause like, I mean, this is like a kind of like a less direct one. Because Mia by itself doesn't always means palace. It's just like in this case they chose to use it as like to mean palace. And cause like that's also like that's like the kanji or like the hanzi as well being used to like mean palace, like any something palace, something like that. And then gi, which is which like is like the character means city, also in some cases castle, and which is like how they got like palace castle. Yeah, so it is Miyaki, yeah. And then like the best part is like this card barely has any reference to the prefecture.
Yeah, it's just palace and castle.
It's just like a very elaborated palace, which was really funny. But like looking at as pointed out, you see that really weird V shape at the very top.
Yeah.
So, which is like really funny when he pointed out. But like, so that's probably a referencing a capital. So like for those people who don't understand, capital is like the helmet of like a Japanese armor, and then like you would always see like a V shape at the top.
Yeah,
which I actually don't know why, but like I actually never really look into that. I don't know why they have that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a decoration.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, but like if anyone watches like Kamen Rider Gaim, you see that design quite a lot, especially from I actually don't know his name, but like that's like one person who's using like the Melon armor. Yeah.
What was his name again?
I don't know his name as well. No.
Yeah, he was like important for like 10 episodes and he's just gone.
I think Sangetsu.
Sangetsu.
Yeah, it's Sangetsu. Yeah. If you see like the Melon armor, like Sangetsu, and then like he got like a V shape on top, that's like a capital helmet. Yeah. And yeah, so like, but then like, you'll be asking, why a capital helmet at the top of the palace? And then like looking at that, like it might be a reference to the armor of Date Masamune. Yeah, who is like a very famous general. I think that's
Date
I think that's
Masamune.
the role. Yeah, I don't know just like another.
Well,
the correct term is daimyo, but I suppose you can like call him like a general as well. Heir to a long life power of further lords as well. Yeah. And like to be fair, Date Masamune is referenced in a lot of games, and even in Battle Spirits, he's been referenced at least like twice before this. Which is including so like the first card was like the mono eye. What's his name? The mono eye Bunshin. The mono eye Bushin Mantex Masamune was like a BS11 card, and it was like a Shellman or something like that. And then like the second one was actually the Blue Sengoku General. Title Blue. Yeah. I actually didn't realize he only had one eye until I actually looked close to it. But like because like they were saying like Masamune is like missing one eye. So like a lot of the portrayal of him is like he only has one eye.
Damn.
Yeah. But back to number 4 Palace Castle. But and then so why Date Masamune is because he actually ruled Iwadayama, which is like a region in the Miyagi Prefecture.
And he found a Sendai.
And that's literally it. That's literally the reference from this card, which is like very indirect one as well.
Damn.
Which is like really interesting. Who's the artist? Harada Midori. Good job. I guess.
Yes.
I mean, I suppose I cannot imagine how to actually reference like this. Like, I mean, the fact that he can even like stuff a reference in there is like amazing enough.
Yeah.
It's just like really funny. And then moving on to the 5th one, we have number 5, Autumn Rice Field. Welcome to the rice field, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I actually don't know the whole meme. I only remember that line.
No. It's not really a meme. So basically, in Akita Prefecture, which is where this thing is, where this number is reference.
Yeah.
They have this tradition. I forgot what is the name of it, but basically there's this kind of like oni that they use to kind of like scare the children into doing their chores, basically. So annually, like adults will dress up as the
during
oni.
New Year. Yeah.
Adults will dress up as the oni
adults, men
and march into people's homes.
Yeah.
Legally, by the way. So like you can basically just sign up to like invite like the city's people who dresses up as the oni to come into your house and then to tell your children to do their homework, basically.
It's actually really cute. Yeah. And then apparently like married couples even had to dress formally to welcome them. It's actually like really interesting to think about. But like it's very interesting you pointed that out because that's exactly what's referenced on the card.
Yeah, because I saw that abroad in Japan.
Yeah, so like you can see on the card, they're like scarecrows looking like onis. You say you forgot the name. The tradition is called Namahage.
Yeah, Namahage, no.
Yeah. So like there are like a lot of sources of like the legend, but like it could just be like a made up story, like kind of like children's story, like you tell them at time, like if you're not a good boy, the oni will eat you or something like that, that kind of thing. And like what's very interesting is like the reference in this card is like very detailed because like these oni usually just portrayed by local men during New Year's ritual. They will wear oni mask, which is exactly the red one you're looking at right here, and also dress themselves in long straw coats. Which is also what you see right here. And then they will also equip themselves with deba knives, which is what you see on the right hand of like the scarecrow, and then a teoke, which is like a hand pail on like, which is what you see right now on the left hand. Basically a water bucket, a wooden water bucket. Yeah. So like that's a very interesting reference. And then another thing is that like obviously because the Akita, the ta, which is more like, I mean as a standalone word, I think you pronounce it tamba, right, or something like that.
I guess so.
But like so and then like usually the word well, actually, tamba like kind of includes other words. But like usually the kanji say, "Oh, you just call it ta." It means like it can mean like farm, or like paddy field, but like it doesn't have to be rice specifically. But like in this case, they choose to name it as rice field. Sorry, probably because the prefecture is very famous in rice farming. Yeah. So that's why it's called Autumn Rice Field.
Yay.
To be fair, I think it's a really interesting name, and like if it's not because of the oni, I think like the portrayal would be really beautiful. Like imagine looking like an autumn sunset in a rice field.
Yeah.
Like I mean that sounds absolutely amazing. Not gonna lie.
Oh.
And then
And
what
actually,
is it?
if you go to Kyoto Prefecture and you go to the onsen, sometimes they will like the namahage is like very like something that's very ubiquitous in people's life. So you can be chilling in an onsen, and they will just have like the statue of the namahage like beside you like chilling.
Oh, this is actually really interesting.
Yeah. I'll send you the episode later.
I actually want to go to Akita now. It like sounds very interesting. Oh my god, there's so many places I want to go.
Yeah, actually, like if we can get someone to drive, like going to Tohoku will be like really fun. Also, like because all the references are in abroad in Japan, so we are safe. We can know the best places.
Yeah, like it would be amazing.
Exactly.
And then like moving on with the next card, which is like number 6, mountain shape.
Yeah, mountain shape. Of course, it's mountain shape. Because now I realized like why did I read the list wrongly, because I thought like it was just listing like the prefectures, but it is also like listing the region. So basically, like Hokkaido region only has the prefecture Hokkaido, and Aomori, Iwate, Miyagi, Akita, and then the mountain shape, which is Yamagata, all belongs to the region of Tohoku. So Tohoku is not a prefecture; it's a region.
Yeah. So like, how do you think the illustration is referencing the prefecture?
It is a sleeping giant or something, which I think there is like Chris that tells a lot of stories, because Yamagata is basically his second home in Japan. His hometown in Japan. So like, so there are a lot of stories that kind of meld together. Is there any particular? Because I remember like there's this one special mountain, but I am not really sure in which prefecture it is, because it's kind of like it is featured in a lot of videos. But it does look like a sleeping giant.
Yeah. So, so basically, let me give you another image. I don't know if we can like put it side by side or like
Oh, I see.
Now you see that, yeah? Oh yeah, you can do that, yeah. Now turn the card 90 degrees anti-clockwise.
Okay, now that is something that is going to be.
No, you don't have to actually do that. Just tilt your head. I think the viewers can probably do that as well. Yeah. But like, yeah. Oh, I actually still trying to do that. I guess you are. No, yeah. One more time. There we go. Look at the shape. Oh god. Which is like, it's like looking at the point at that, I was like, that's actually quite genius, not gonna lie.
I know, right?
Oh my god, it's like really funny. But like this is like literally the only reference, but I think it's like one of the best references ever. It's like so cheeky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they did talk about this briefly, because I think like the government was like desperate to find like what is unique about their prefecture, so they just said that so we had the prefecture that if you turn it like sideways, it looks like a face.
Did they actually do that?
I think so. It's either in the UK or in Japan. I gotta remember someone.
I mean, it sounds like from the UK.
Yeah.
It sounds like something the UK would do. Not gonna lie.
Exactly.
But like, yeah, it's really funny because like, yeah, but like that's like basically the only reference. Yeah, but like, it's an interesting one nonetheless.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the last one I'm gonna talk about, this one, this reference is huge, bro. Which is like this one, number 7, Good Luck Island.
Good Luck Island. Miyajima. Is it Miyajima? Wait.
No.
No, Miyajima is the name of the island, so it's Ibaraki.
No.
Wait. Fukushima. Fuck. Yeah, that's right in front of my eyes. Is Fukushima. Yeah. Yeah, I know those. I know those words. Like, why can't I translate that to Japanese? What the fuck?
Yeah. It's Fukushima.
Fukushima,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The nuclear disaster zone, by the way. If you are not familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But like, yeah, this one is actually have quite a lot of reference. So like, first of all, like, it's like being portrayed by Cherry Blossom.
Mm-mm.
Which is not an uncommon sight in Japan, but like we I did think about why Good Luck Island specifically,
Mm-mm.
well, why Fukushima specifically,
Mm-mm.
and like it's probably because the prefecture contains what we call the Miharu Takisakura,
Mm-mm.
which is a weeping Higan cherry tree
Mm-mm.
over 1,000 years old.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's class. So this is what I got from Wiki basically. It's classified as one of the 5 great cherry trees of Japan and one of the 3 giant cherry trees of Japan, and was designated a national treasure in 1922. And then so like you can see how like the scenario is the cherry trees are like surrounding the pond in like a circle, and like I don't know if like the artist like was deliberately doing that, or it's like it just so happens like he likes to draw it this way. So like basically what happened is like there was this one time when surveyors was like checking like kind of the surrounding nature, and they discovered that within a 10-kilometer radius of the Takisakura there were more than 20 weeping cherry trees. Like with a trunk circumference of over 1 meter, so they're freaking huge, and like they were found to spread outwards from the Takisakura in concentric circles. So so that might explain why the illustration is like a circle of cherry trees, and also like that might be like a reference as well. But like, let me to be fair, most likely I'm thinking too much. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, if it is there, then it is nice. But even if it's not, that will stay in our head as our head canon.
The curtains is blue.
Yeah.
And then like there's another interesting thing, and like this is definitely deliberate for sure. Because let me send you another image of the map again.
Oh, okay.
So you see, yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, they did. So you see how in the card there's like a mini island in the pond.
Yeah.
Look at the shape.
Yeah. So if you rotate it 180 degrees.
No, you don't have to. That's literally how it is.
Yeah. Oh wait.
The island inside the pond.
I see.
Yeah. And then you see how in the middle there's also like a blue dot. So like the illustration so like the tiny body of water within the island most likely resembles the location of Lake Inawashiro, which is the 4th largest lake in Japan, located in central Fukushima prefecture. So if you like put like the lake on like the map, it would look exactly like how it looks like in the card. So that's why like there's a dot, there's like a little body of water even within like the tiny island in like the card.
Damn. That's actually really deep.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, like they have like they have so much creative ideas. I love them. I love these artists. But like obviously I couldn't realize all of this stuff without the help of Lukina. From who's like a Battle Spirits YouTuber who usually tries to explain stuff. So I'm just gonna put up like a screenshot of his channel and like maybe Theo can put it up for like a minute or something.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
There you go. You can check him out. I like his work as well. So yeah.
Yeah, he's actually really knowledgeable. Actually, first found him, I guess. Because like he was doing some like English explanations of like card names. Yeah. And like I was like, ooh, a Japanese who actually knows his English. And like that's when I like started following him, and it's just like make like more and more like details on like all the cards, and like damn, he's like such a great person. I love him. And then like talking about like details on cards, actually recently in the Chinese community we have like another Battle Space YouTuber who speaks Cantonese. And like he usually does live stream as well instead of like individual videos. So you can't really get like auto translation as well, because like that would be goddamn hard, and probably YouTube is too lazy to do that. Yeah, but like yeah, and then like actually today he was like talking about the Fusion Beast family, and then like was the and the relation to like the Cthulhu mythology. Yeah. So like yeah, that was interesting. But like yeah, I still haven't finished watching the stream yet. I should do that when I go when we're done with the podcast.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna catch up on Five Nights at Freddy's.
Nice. I'm just going to go back to Rune Factory after this. Yeah, and speaking of Rune Factory, we do have the everyone's favorite Thousand Cannon Temple, which is previously just a support for the zone, and then now it is also a soul burst. Yay, character development.
Yeah, I feel like they made the card just for the soul burst. But like the effect is pretty insane as well. Because like it doesn't have to be the spirit doesn't have to attack anymore. It just when it activates this card effect. So basically, first of all, you can put it on. What is that limited card called? Can't remember his name right now.
Title Grande.
No. Granted was banned already, bro.
Oh yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the 5 sacred doji that I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
that one.
yeah, because like it means like you can cuck the summon effect. And then besides that, if they try to destroy it, you already mill 5 and you're probably gonna burn a lot of lives. And then you're just gonna mill an extra 5.
The
it was,
doji. I really like the doji.
Yeah, and then like some people like also like found some like other cards that can like work pretty well with this Nessus. Because like it only specifies fighting spirits, it doesn't have to be like doji or Myo, Wisdom King or like whatever. So like that was this like cost 2 card, I think. From like was it Ultimate Era or was it like Sword Eyes? I actually can't remember. It's probably Sword Eyes, yeah. I can't remember where's the card, but like it's like cost 2, and then what it does is like when your fighting spirit attacks, you add 3000 BB to it and you mill 2. Yeah, so you just have to put the soul cost on it, and basically every attack you do, you're milling 7.
Absolute cinema. I was like thinking the more simple, obvious stuff, kind of like just putting it on Titus or Orion.
No, you can't even do that. You literally authentic Titus. How are you gonna do that?
No, the normal Titus. The one where you summon, you just mill 10.
Oh, true. But this during either attack step. During your attack step, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you can do that with Titus XP, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know, bro. But then like but like talking about like the Doji deck in general, Doji and Wisdom King deck. There was this other. I think he's a Wisdom King. It's not a Doji. I think, which says if it has a soul core on it, when you summon a Doji or Wisdom King, you ram a core. And because right now, this deck is literally going to be focusing on Doji and Wisdom King. It's not going to be like in the past where it's just going to be those few cards. And only like one or two of them are actually useful. This time, Bandai's actually making the whole deck Doji and Wisdom King. So you're going to get a lot of useful cards, and probably your whole deck is going to be Doji and Wisdom King.
Yay.
So you can just put 3 copies of this card. It's 3-2 as well. Summon the first, put the soul card on it, and you're going to be ramping cost like fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, I think like this deck is gonna be really decent. Which is like a good thing. Like actually, that reminds me, I haven't shared like the latest meta chart to like the community yet. From like last week, I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah.
But like like looking at the chart, we don't have a lot of good blue decks. We got like 2% of Shack and like 1% of like what's it called, Hephaestus. And then like Nuada just like disappear as usual. Just like
Nuada went
missing
for
in
milk.
person. Yeah, MIA. But like yeah, so I mean it'll be good if Soulwind is actually like a decent deck. Because then it means that we actually have another blue deck into the meta.
Yeah.
I mean arguably that's still ref as in like artificial contract. But like I mean, I suppose like you will see it from like the most skillful players, because but like then like probably like maybe people like got bored of it, or like somehow like something is actually countering it. It might be because it's too slow. Not gonna lie. So like yeah, so you don't see a lot of ref in the meta. Obviously, you still have the classic Castle Golem, but we need some new stuff. so Soulwind is actually going to be good. I feel like
hopefully.
I mean, hopefully she'll be good. It'll be interesting to see her in the meta. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with Senju, probably going to be like a dual win con as well. So like even if you cannot mill, just shoot 5 symbols.
Yeah, I feel like that's what the deck is going for as well. It's like it's gonna be like the usual like it's gonna be kind of like ref basically. That's what I think. Which is like which is like you try to mill, but then if not, just kill them as well.
Exactly.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. Probably will.
Yeah, so really looking forward to the deck. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I just realized that you can just outright summon what was that Myo or a Doji that is cost 5 or less without paying the costs as well.
Oh yeah, the Versify, yeah, which is like gonna be amazing again. 5 Sacred Doji.
Yeah.
Oh, you remove it. He's back with locking a summon effect as usual.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. It's gonna be so crack. Yeah. Like I know, I just don't understand why people would complain. Oh, it cannot stack with the old canon temples. Like, what?
It doesn't need to.
It doesn't need to, bruh. Why? Oh god, it's like yeah.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we have the revival version for Toshi. Really small, so now basically, he charges from 2 or higher. Is that a new thing? I don't think so, because he.
I think it is. I think it used to be 3 or higher, because like there wasn't a need to charge 2 or more during that time.
Okay.
And then it was 2-2 as well, so it was cost 2 or higher. It might be a bit too broken.
2, yeah.
Yeah. Now it's 3-2. I think it wasn't charging Ultimates or Brave as well. That's another plus. Yeah. Again, people like saying like it got worse because they can't use it in Zeus. Like, like I was like stop it. It's the past. It's the past. Just use the new Zeus. It's doing fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like to like the most meta players it's not, but like I mean, but then again, they're like Hong Kong players. They're complaining about everything.
Exactly. Okay. Then next up, ooh, finally Pretty Girl. Now something to get excited about. So yeah, finally we have another card that can go to the hand if they are discarded by Mirage effects. So it's not just Kali anymore. And when she is summoned, she is also a searcher. She opens the top 4 card of the deck, search for a Parvati, or a card that has the conclusive family to the hand. The rest goes to the bottom. And then when this pair, which then you can also draw with contracted Parvati's contract skill, contract field. And then at level 2, you can also add one mirage card that one hunter based mirage card that is opened by this effect to your hand.
Yeah, so actually it's really decent. 4 months free as well.
Yeah.
And looking for Parvati is also like extremely important. Because like also like right now, like after my friend was testing, he decided you only need 6 Nessuses in the deck, which is 3 contract Parvati and 3 normal Parvati. So like it'll be really important to actually look for the Parvatis. Like some people might still prefer to run like the temple, but like honestly, I don't think it's that good because like especially because it's lacking the 100 piece family. So you can't even look for it. You have to draw into it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, what did even bring?
It's just like a very decent card, really.
Yeah.
What's Ganga? Yeah.
Yeah, Ganga. Oh, it's the River Ganga, isn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a really decent searcher. Can look for it. Only looks for 2, but it's a cost 4, so you can trigger all the stuff that can shoot the opposing life. So it's good. It's good indeed. Yeah. And it's a searcher, so it's definitely something that can get into the deck finally. That's why it's a masterer.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same level as like Gardenia herself. Yeah.
Yeah. True. Gardenia is still a Happy Meal package though. she has the value. She has the value meal. Gardenia is the whole restaurant.
True. Yeah. True. Yeah.
Indeed. And then we have we also have the Kamiumi no Kemono. So the Kamiumi piece, Chumoku no Shika.
Oh
my god. I was like trying my best to hold myself from like doing the brain rot, and yeah, there's no avoiding the brain rot. Shika no Kono Koshitantan is no longer relevant, but it will live in our hearts.
Actually, I didn't even finish the anime. Because like comedy is just like not my thing.
Yeah, same.
And like to be fair, like honestly, like the comedy is kind of ass in that one. Or maybe I just don't appreciate it because like obviously comedy is like very subjective, really.
Yeah, for me the commercial is definitely more interesting than the anime itself. Whoever manages their YouTube channel for their promotions, that guy need to race. Definitely.
Oh yeah, you know what? While we're saying that, same with the social media manager of Avemujika. Oh my god! Like literally recently, because like basically in the story of Avemujika, we have like a really ass father, like a really crappy father, and then like last weekend was Father's Day, right? And then they make a post of saying Happy Father's Day to him.
Yes.
And then people literally tweet because it was on Twitter. And, like people like literally commented, replied just like, nah, man, he did not deserve that. It's like, oh god, it's like bless that person, bless that guy, lovely person. Yeah, like I don't know if it's like part of his job or something like that, but like to be fair. I feel like, there must be some kind of an enthusiasm at the very least. Because, like, they could have been doing the job like, what Battlespin Saga did. Just like doing doing the bare minimum. But, like, no, he was literally interacting. Like, he actually went to the concerts as well. Like, he was like, I mean, maybe he didn't do it, and it was like someone else taking the photos for him.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know. I want my head canons that he did go there,
Mm-hmm.
and then like But like even if he didn't, like the thing is, like he was also like making memes by himself.
Mm-hmm.
He was like he was literally making the memes, like original memes. So like, that at the very least that's some effort, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like this guy must actually love the series, even like if just like a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
or like at the very least it seems to like his job, to actually do that and interact with people and stuff like that. So like, you know what? Even if you're just doing your job, kudos to you because you're actually making fun. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're actually being fun, So like
Yeah.
yeah. But yes,
Exactly.
back to the card, back to the Chica.
It is basically it has a nice gimmick actually, because if your counter is lower than your opponent, in which now in which in this meta is pretty easy thing to do, because your opponent will probably increase their counter by 2 at the start of the game. You basically have a card that can be summoned at 1 cost to corpus 1 in Iza. So now that I realize that it's actually quite okay. Yeah, and then if you play purple, I guess even if you need the corpus, I guess that's your 3 cost 1 reduction corpus, which doesn't have a symbol, so I don't know why we want to do that, but the option is there. And then if you have an Iza, you can basically banish 1 card from the opposing by banishing 1 card from the opposing trash. Why can't I get my things messed up? But yeah, you get a counter. If your counter is 2 or more, this effect cannot be prevented by opposing effect. The banishing part. Yeah. And which will be fun if you play against Sarah. You will have to lawyer your way out of it, because Sarah also protects her dolls, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say that, but okay, look, here's the thing.
Yep.
And like I don't understand why people don't understand.
Yeah.
It's the fact that, like, I mean, we don't have an official answer, but like if we go and buy the logic, the fact is that if you have 2 counters or more, this spirit can still banish Harris trash even if the immunity is on. Cause like, okay, how do I explain this? Right, can't be prevented. Supposedly means so it's supposedly only activates. It only activates at the moment of like the effect being turned on. So let me ask you first. Why do you think Hera can't be prevented in the first place?
Doesn't she? If she doesn't have one, then that will.
The contract one. The contract one. Like, do you know why they added the clause, the can't be prevented clause, to the effect?
Basically, if your trash got locked. Oh, wait. That's now that's an interesting question. Curse cancel contractor Hera. So she cannot be this effect cannot be prevented by opposing effect. Yeah, now that you ask me that, now what are the effects that can pierce banish trash? I feel like this is the first card that is like.
No, but like, okay, yeah, but like,
okay.
Why do you think? Because Hera is supposed to be protecting her trash, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think it needs the can't be prevented line?
Okay, my brain overheated. So, while I restart, can you explain why? Ding dong ding dong.
Dun, 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 dun. Right. Okay. Yeah. So it's mainly because it's mainly because why do I hear a lot of zombies? Okay. Yeah. It's mainly because so like what happens is that when the opponent already has an effect locking your trash, for example, giant force of rocks, the idea is that because like the effects, so like the specific effect of locking the trash is the trash is unaffected by your effects and it cannot activate any effects from the trash.
Yep.
So that means when you put out and so when we say the cards protect your trash, what it means is that it simply means like your cards in trash is unaffected by opposing effects, right? But the thing is, like, if your trash is already being unaffected by your effect, how do you apply the immunity to it?
That's a good question.
So that's it's not a question; it's a rhetorical question. So that's the interaction explained between like what do we call it? The force of giant face stones and Anubis underworld temple. So that's like a legit Q&A to it. So basically because like people say, okay, so like if you have both of these necessities deployed, so is your trash protected or not? The answer, it depends on which comes in later. Well, which comes in first, sorry. Which comes in first. Because like the thing is like if the opponent put down the forest first, then your trash becomes unaffected by your own effects. So then if you place down the temple, then it doesn't override the immunity because your trash is unaffected by your effects.
Okay.
So on the other hand, you put down the temple first because you apply the immunity first. If the opponent plays down forest, they cannot lock your trash because your trash is unaffected by their effects. So it depends on which effects becomes active first.
Okay. But with Hera,
that is why Contra Hera needs the can't be prevented clause. Because it means even if the opponents put down the forest first, you can still apply the immunity because Hera's immunity is piercing through their immunity.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, at least in my mind, the explanation is that, this is why Hera needs the can't be prevented clause. And this is also the only moment when the can't be prevented clause is actually useful. So like when we talk about can't be prevented, at least in the case of battle spirits, is that it's supposed to if I have to use an analogy, it's basically it's only useful to like a spear, when you're doing the attack, when you're the attacking person. So like it's supposed to pierce through the shields, and in this case, Hera is piercing through the shield that's being applied by your opponent. The case of Shika here is that the Shika is the shield. Hera is Shika is the spear. Hera is the shield here.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter if Hera has counter prevented or not because she's not the one attacking here. She's not the one being active here. Shika is the one.
Okay.
So in this case, like Hera being the trash being counter prevented doesn't override any other counter prevented. So basically Shika, is still gonna banish things from Hera's trash because Shika is the one piercing through the effects right now. At least that's my headcanon. I mean, and in the first place, that should be the logical explanation because or else how are you gonna explain?
Yeah.
So but obviously there's no official Q&A, and then the other people asked the question. I explained to them, and then they just went like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for the official Q&A.
Yeah,
Dude, you literally asked the question. That's why I'm answering, and then at the end you just don't listen to me. Okay, then.
Yeah, if you want to do that from the beginning. Don't ask people.
Yeah, exactly. Oh god, it's like, oh god, that really pissed me off.
Yeah, because like the only other reference that we have is like the chaotic days of when Kukulkan has not been errated. But like they are all like semi-official statement.
Here's
So
the
it's like,
thing. Like they gave me the example of like Kukulkan before errata.
yeah.
And then it's like, but like even the official was being confused about this. And then like, and I was like, first of all, in the first place, the one who's answering in Nabidan are not the developer themselves.
Exactly.
So like they most of the time they actually do not know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Or either that or like they only understand like the bare minimum of like the game rules because they're only doing the job. Yeah. So like I would not like basically like trust them.
You can't take them as like official. They're kind of like guiding you to the right direction, but they are not like the rule book basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also a nice touch to kind of like, okay, so you want to increase your counter? I guess you want to. Cause like Izanagi Izanami, when you get to counter, it's crazy. I am still having PTSD. I woke up in sweats. I thought I was still playing with Amamiya when he's handling his Izanagi and Izanami. And I have to do that again probably next week. So, yeah. Really not looking forward to that. But yeah. Anyway, after all this anime booster fiasco, we'll be back in the main set again finally with the Contract Saga Kan Volume 2. And yeah, another first look at the new extra for next. Just Thanatos and Hypnos. A pair. So you get 2 in 1. Yay.
Yay. Like the first the first thing I came in my mind was actually like the Persona cards.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because like I think like Thanatos. We have Thanatos. So yeah.
We have fun. No, we have Hypnos as well, but Hypnos is in Dark Hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Thanatos is like the what do we call the persona of the protagonist, and then Hypnos is just like a random being in like Dark Hour or something like that. I mean I don't know the actual story. I'm just like talking based on the cards. So yeah.
Yeah. Because I stopped playing Persona 3 halfway off as well. The grind got hard. But yeah. Yeah, and then like the only thing that people kind of like ask from like the Persona collab is like Nyx where? Nyx is here. In the main set. Along with Thanatos and Hypnos. This is your Nyx. We have Nyx at home.
Yeah.
And then we have a new thing for Artemis. So it's a Mega K Rhoda. Which is people say that she cannot move on from her mistake of creating lightning Fanatic Elk, and then now she's basically making another deer. Yeah. Fanatic Elk. I really hope Fanatic Elk got revived. Even though I don't have an Artemis deck. And now Artemis is basically like kind of like the second second meta, but yeah. I really wish Fanatic Elk got something.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, it would be nice if like it gets like a revival or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, another tier, another day, another tier.
Yeah, because I really like the arts as well.
Yeah.
So I was actually really glad when it could get some uses in Saga.
Yeah.
Like it was actually good in Saga. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. That's also why when I see Aegis of Machine having like Fanatic Elk, it's like, yay! Finally Fanatic Elk. I can start with Fanatic Elk. And then of course I ended up just playing yellow. cannot live my mistake, and that's what brings me back to the gigantic arm of Mikavar. And speaking of gigantic, it was not intended, but the next we have the Kamiumi no Kemono, so another Kamiumi piece, Ooya Biko, which is a second manifest for Izaiza.
Yeah. And it's a knee counter as well, which is actually pretty crazy if you think about it.
Now that you mentioned that. So basically, again, just use your soul core during the attack step if your stuff got removed. And then you can just corpus 1 when it is summoned. It is a 4 cost with 2 reduction. Amamiya is going to fraud at this, probably. Because like when he plays with me, he just basically... Yeah, it is kind of crazy because like turn 2, you can basically just spend your whole hand core boosting and you will not die. Like, how fair? How is this? And then like the next turn he just drew like 8 cards from his deck, and then now so now the Oyashima is out and I don't really have a counterpart. Fuck Oyashima.
Oh yeah, the deck is freaking crazy. Like we were just like testing it when only the contract and like the new avatar was out. Oh no, it's the conclusion now. Yeah, my bad. The conclusion was out. And then like even just those actually, and then like he added in like the new cost 5 purple, which is like kind of needs you to pay extra cost.
Yeah.
Use like magic as well, and then like it's so freaking insane.
Yeah.
It's like bro, what are you doing, Bandai?
It's like the consistency boost is like insane. And you know what's even worse? Like when we are testing, for some reason Amami always get like the original Grand Walker Izaiza in his first 10. So I was like even if he didn't get it, it's already hard, and now I have to play like 4 games on like very hard mode. Like what is this? Dark Souls.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of decent. Corpus 1 to your Kamiumi or Yomi, of course. If you summon it with an effect, which you can do by a lot of things. You can heavy exhaust 2 opposing spirit, ultimate, or Grand Walker Nexus. If the spirit has 3 or more cores, the exhaust effect cannot be prevented. The more I read it, the worse it gets. It's basically a Eclair Monkey that cannot be prevented. What the fuck?
Yeah, but the really good thing is that like it can clear the what do you call that thing again? Moonlight Lesser Plunder. Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like you can like exhaust it, and then because like exhausted, so its immunity is gone, and then you can remove it. Yeah.
So it's already on meta level power, and then it now has the power to remove other meta.
Basically, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
With the bike.
Yeah. I know I really like Genbu in Saga, but like am I ready for another turtle? We'll see. Anyway, taking a break from the actual paper game, BS70 is finally coming to Connect Battles as well. And also, with the special card pack, you can finally build like the full version of the Putty Vanilla good stuff as well, because you get the Omega Grandstone and Abyss, the original version of Abyss Apocalypse. And you get Promise Draw as well for your Gekiha deck. Complete package.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care about like crossover. Excuse me, bug over.
You take that back. No, just kidding. But anyway, after 12 patches, it's finally playable. But anyway, now we have the revival version of Perfrost. So when she is summoned, instead of just corpusing 2 to your Ice Princess, you can also instead just corpus 1 to your Fremia. And then during either player's attack step, once per turn, so not removing the first per turn thing. So it's just once per turn now. When your Ice Princess attacks or blocks, you can pay 1 to refresh that target. And then during your attack step, if your counter is 2 or more, all of your Ice Princess spirits cannot be affected by opposing spirit or nexus.
Yeah, like Firm Frost actually is so decent now.
Mm-mm.
Because you're technically only paying 1 cost because she couples 2 anyway.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and then applying Spirit and Nexus immunity to all your Ice Princesses, even if it's just during your own attacks, that was like so good. Because I also like Paul Carrier, so already giving like red and purple armor anyway. So it doesn't really matter if you don't have immunity in the opposing turn. I mean, like Ice Princess is more like a temple deck, them like being the typical white defensive kind. So like it's actually good enough. And also the pay once per turn, pay 1 cost to refresh. It's actually so good. Like especially if you pair with White World, yeah. Because it also means because it's also on attack or on block. So if it's your attack stat and you attack, it means you don't have to rely on Paul Carrier now. You can just like use Firm Frost and just like do the discard to on attack anyway. And then it means you don't have to wait for flash timing. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Because also another thing is like I feel like especially with Izanagi coming back, you probably don't really want to play Fina in the deck anymore. Yeah. And like the second thing is like also like the deck is like a lot more Ice Princess focused now. So you might not even be running a lot of primals. I mean, most of them are still primals, but like there might be some cases where it's not all of them, kind of thing. So like and yeah, so like I suppose like at the end it's more like the thing like against like Izanagi is that like if you're facing this matchup then like you have like 2 to 3 cards in your deck that are like completely useless and it like kind of breaks your hand kind of thing. So like in most cases I think like you just don't run it anymore. You just don't run her anymore because it's just because like Fina also doesn't guarantee the reduction. You need 3 costs on her. So like you might get delay 1 turn just because you paid that 1 cost to get like a Vina down. So like for me personally, I probably won't be playing like Vina in the deck anymore. So if that's the case, then like Firm Frost would be really good. Just because you get the extra option to refresh in general. Or like on the other hand, just like add another Quality of Fremia if you really need the hand bounce. So you got like quite a lot of choices here.
Yeah.
So like I actually really like this card. It's gonna see how to fit in when we already have so many
exactly
Ice Princess.
And I guess like because how do I put it? It's like also because we have the fit, right? The mod fit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, basically if Perfrost like came out like after the mod fit came out, okay, I cannot core boost 2, I'll just core charge 2. Yay.
Yeah. So like this card just like gives like so much varieties. Yeah, it's like which is like really good. Yeah,
and then if your opponent spends their like piercing thing to remove your protection, she will and then you activate Harun's Burst, and then you bring out Perfrost. Okay, now it might not be the same, but now it has a replacement.
Yeah, like with the new bus as well, just you remove it, I'm just gonna dig another one out.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Now you have to spend another one if you have them. One. Okay, and then we have the big man of the hour, pretty much literally the Shin Chronos Returner. Yeah.
What do you think of this card?
If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything. So,
I mean, No, I mean, I think it was pretty decent. It's not that bad. I mean, even like just like the first effect, like we call it time unleash. Just like minus 2 counts, like for either yourself or like the opponent. It's already really decent. Which like can be quite a huge deal. So I mean, like it's pretty good, and then like the effect is a little harsh, like because like it can like so which like it shouldn't be that hard. You got like what Cabarros? You're probably playing 3 Cabarros in the deck anyway, because like it's just like that good. So like by that point you probably might have 2 flipped already. Reborn, Spirit Reborn, Braves. Yeah, like I don't think it's that hard to achieve. So it's like it's not that bad. As like a finisher card, it's not that bad. Like it's very fitting for like kind of what blue does in general as well, because like you kind of need setup kind of thing. Which is like what blue does. So it's not bad. I like it. Honestly, I quite like it. We got like kind of the semi-unique skip turn effect back now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I can see where you're coming. There's like it does need a little bit of setup, but like Time Crown does also have like the device. Well, I wouldn't say device. It's more like kind of like they kind of have like the kit to kind of like lock your opponent from playing anything from for like one attack. So like there will be moments where if you set it up like properly, then there will be like one moment in which you can just play the flash effect kind of like say quote unquote safely, unless your opponent plays like very specific cards that can get through him. But yeah, for the most part, should be safe.
Yeah. So it's pretty good. Yeah.
Indeed. And then now, I think like they do have add some more kits to the Time Crown to kind of like flip, like even without actually like triggering the rebirth condition. I forgot which one, but like maybe we'll see them down the line.
I mean the original Chronos does that.
I see. Okay, then yeah, forget what I said.
Yeah, so it's actually really decent. Yeah,
true. Oh well, anyway, we do have the Pink Lotus.
Yeah, the pink. Oh my god, this is another really good card.
Yeah. The only reason I laugh is because Giant from Doraemon.
Who?
Koda Takeshi, Giant.
Giant?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, what is it called in English again? His real name is Koda Takeshi. Giant is his nickname. The bully guy from Doraemon.
Oh, him. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, what about
because
him?
One of his catchphrases is basically, what's mine is mine, what's yours is mine.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Basically, Parvati getting her own Saga Brave is basically, how do I put this? It's kind of like to emphasize that everything that Shiva has is Parvati's, and everything that's Parvati's is Parvati's. Yeah. Because, of course, like, famously, Parvati's previous Saga Brave is Shiva's weapon, which is the Trishula. And then now she has her own Saga Brave, which is also really good. Okay, so first of all, when the Brave Spirit attacks or blocks during this turn, one opposing spirit get minus 7,000. It becomes 0, destroy it. If you destroy a target with this effect, you draw 2 from the bottom. After that, you put 1 card from your hand to the top of your deck. So then, because this activates during attack, you can kind of like sequence it to activate this effect first, and then basically decide what you will this card with your mirage effects. And then you can hit the correct cards that can actually help you to win. Yeah. And then the contract, when it is brave to Nexus, then which it can only brave to the contractor Parvati. Yeah, it's basically same with the Brahma one, in which it allows Parvati to use Grand Force because the contractor loses her Grand Force. So now she can use Grand Force again. Yay.
Yay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I
And
just...
like this one's like way better than like the Brahma one as well.
I know, right? Because she becomes 5,000. キュートのね、スピリットとして扱い、クラノカネクサスと異界体は破壊されない。Yeah. Now she can refresh if you can somehow refresh her.
But like no, but like this one can.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which actually makes it pretty crazy, not gonna lie. Because like the effect activates on block as well, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. You can basically do lots of things. So if your opponent can still like damages you by 1 at the end of the battle regardless, you can either trigger like the Chicken Knight or Banish. The one that when like Banish, you discard top card of your deck. If it's the card that it asks, you heal 1.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. Wait. Wait, is the contract Parvati a 100 beast? Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, because Benny says Parvati, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
And then Gish. Oh yeah, so basically also the Grand Force gives her the family Hunter piece, so that's already covered. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she looks really pretty as well. Yes.
Oh yeah, the card is really pretty. Yeah.
Finally, she is really the goddess of mercy. I mean, like, she's the goddess of affection, but like, the contrast between Mercy and Kali being like the goddess of destruction is just, I think like it just fits the meme better. Don't know. Just I remember like my first reaction like seeing the contractor Parvati is like she looks like she pots a little bit, and like I just zoom in, and then the first sentence that came to my mind is like, does this look like the face of Mercy to you?
She's now the god of death as well.
I know, right? She is the goddess of everything. Yeah, and then speaking of the Kronos, we have Uradinos. So Jikan Ryu, so it's the time. It's Jikan Ryu, so the Dimension Dragon Uradinos.
Yeah. Yeah, this one if I remember, it's really oh my god. Yeah, this one is so good. On the attack as well.
Oh yeah.
Down. Yeah. You can just like flip the card.
Oh yeah, it's just Wait, so you basically put 1 core from the void to one of your spirit or nexus with
so you ramp 1 and then just flip it without condition as well. Well, technically without it basically just limiting you not to flip Lombardia. That's
exactly.
it. Like you can like flip the rest. It's like damn.
Exactly.
Oh my god. And then it can deal with the like ground cause on attack as well, which is actually like it looks like all this effect looks very minor, but like to be fair, it's actually pretty decent, you know, especially in like the current meta. It also means that like, you know, this burst like is not just only useful for the burst effect, but like, you know, also like have some use like on the field as well. So, you know, so like it's just like damn, really good.
Exactly. And then the force activation condition is just you returning like the Kronos card to the bottom of your deck. So it's like You can basically like do that by using your strong throw even like what. Yeah, now it's the Dimension Dragon is actually quite interesting now. We'll see where it will get us. Because next up, finally, we have another reason for Soaring Face to cry. Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, this card is so cracked.
I know, right? Like, does it even have an upgrade? Because like even without the upgrade, like Soaring Fist will still cry. Like they can just paste the whole text and Soaring Fist will still be worse. Yeah, this is definitely going to be like the second, well, probably second or third best supremacy magic in the set. Or
Yeah,
the only
it's
one
like,
there is, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, all of them are good except for the blue one. Let's be honest.
Exactly. So yeah, since I already too tired, Ayumu. So what are the changes that you noticed from the old one?
I can't remember on top of my head.
Okay, so let's load up the old one. What is?
Oh, the flash effect. It actually bounces something.
Ah, okay.
Let's see. Yeah. Actually, no. Sorry, no. The bounces still exists. The flash effect can also heavy exhaust now. It's like slightly more option. Obviously, then you got the rebirth conditions becomes life is 2 or more. Yeah. And then like yeah, I think that's about it on the A side. Actually, no, one more god reduction as well. Bruh.
which can be something during emergency.
Yeah, and then also adding the conclusive family, and then on the B side, oh god, that is correct. Because like it used to be only banishing Nessus card, all the Nessus cards in the trash. Now it's like any 10 cards. 10 cards is a lot, bruh.
I know, right?
And then like the level 2 effect is on attack or on block as well. So you can literally just like basically just like recycle this immediately. You know, because like obviously usually your spirits gets removed when they attack, right? You know, so like you can just do that, block it, get it back to hand. and you get to have exhaust another spirit ultimate as well. It's like
bruh.
This is like one of the best defense cards. Like honestly, yeah.
I know, right? Damn. What a card.
What a card indeed.
And then we have another revival, which is the Sis Glory. And Rongominius, of course. Now, when it is open from the deck, you can discard one card from your hand to add this card to your hand instead. Okay. And then, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
Okay. Does it have an Omni reduction previously?
No, it did. No, yes, it did. Yeah. It's like
No,
but like
yeah.
because during that time the rainbow reduction didn't exist, so it was more like yellow reduction, and then they had to effect like it's just like all reductions in the kind of thing. But like, well, the good thing is that because previously it was like you can only flip when the spirit is actually destroyed. So basically, what people can cheat is that, for example, when their spirit is destroyed, they send out Arca Gundam.
Ah, yeah.
Move the cores from the destroyed spirit so they become self-depleted instead. And that means Sis Glory cannot flip. So yeah. So like in this case, like you know, it only has to becomes baby zero, so you can flip no matter what. So like yeah, you know, just that part is already like a really huge improvement. And like obviously you got the rebirth condition, which means that you're not actually limited in terms of how you want to use it as well. And then like, but like, what's even more amazing is like the B side, which like blocks the damage from like ultimates as well. And also like the break condition is such crazy.
Yeah.
So originally it was only cost 5 more, but now it also adds the condition it's cost 3 or more if you have 6 counters or more. And obviously what people started joking is that, oh, you can put it on the lesser panda now.
No, now the lesser panda is actually way too strong. What the fuck? Oh my god,
It's always the lesser panda now.
That's a scary thought. Fuck the lesser panda, man.
But yeah, like this card might actually be decent. I mean, to be fair, I can definitely use it somewhere. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. Yeah, I was going to say Feng Nina, but then like her adding count is a bit too slow to actually reach 6 counters. But nonetheless, you know, at least like other decks can use it pretty well now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yes as well, I guess.
Who?
Yes, Rest of the Warren.
Yes. Oh yeah, true. Actually, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always right, but anyway. Also, it's going to be more accurate in a way because, like in connected path in a crossover, Utahana Hime uses Ryasura Foron deck, and her main defense is Sis Glory, of course. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. So yeah, looking forward to the new Sis Glory, and looking forward to fight Amami on getting a copy of this in Germany. So yeah, that will be fun. And now we have the CCO LT. Basically another new soul burst. Oh, do I have the actual? Oh yeah, we have it later. So yeah. Yeah, basically another rare soul burst that signifies the benefit of you playing Catalyze over like activating it normally. And then we have the Wandering Armor LT, which actually pretty nice. Because when it is summoned, and it also has a 1 rainbow reduction, by the way. You draw 1 card.
Yeah, true, yeah.
You can draw 1 card, and then after that, if you have a level 2 Dairokuten Mao, Conductor Dairokuten Mao, you can draw another card. And to add salt to the injury, during your attack step, when your Cortex is attacking, you can send one opposing core from the opposing reserve to the trash. So yeah.
Yeah.
That is another happy meal of a card. Pretty nice indeed. And then we have another card making its return. I think this card was previously quite popular as well. It's basically a King's Command with the body. The Kujakumyo, which is a King's Command with the body. So basically, when its burst is fulfilled, you draw 3, discard 1. Then when it is destroyed, you can set 1 burst card from your hand. It has Shorai, which is the thunderstorm.
Yes.
Lightning Assault.
Shorai. We call it Summon Bolt.
Summon Bolt, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in which after it, at the end of the battle where it attacks or blocks, you can destroy this card and then summon spirit with the same family as the spirit that is between cost 2 to 8 without paying the cost. Yeah, so basically you trigger its own effect to set another burst. And it does have the family vassal, so you can summon any vassal in your hand.
Yeah, so like the only addition really is it has like a when destroy effect now. But it also means because only when destroy, so it means you can also trigger when you activate Summon Bolt.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it was a really good card. Like, I think it's more like just like it's not being used because like Fighting Spirit isn't really that good right now.
Yeah.
But like, damn, this card is crazy.
Exactly.
Oh my god, it's an LTS melt, which means you can play 6 copies of her.
Oh my
Well,
god.
him. Actually, don't know.
I think it's a him.
I think technically Wisdom Kings don't have gender.
Yeah.
Like if it's like to the law thing, but like, I can't remember. But like yeah.
So damn. Okay. Anyway, we have another LT in Cyborg LT. I don't know why it kind of cracks me up when I realize the implication of the cyborg, because it's a as a rhinoceros, but cyborg is a cyborg. This is a cyborg rhinoceros.
Yeah, it's a robot rhinoceros. Haha.
Damn. Also, just like the Wandering Armor, basically if you have a Dairokuten Mao, instead of corpusing 1, you can corpus 2. The other ones is basically the normal cyborg that we know and love. And then now we have Reka Yukimura's mid-season upgrade, the Flaming Sword Onimaru LT. So yeah, in which when the burst activates, you can summon it without paying the cost. After that, you draw 2 cards. By drawing 2 cards, all of your spirit get PP plus 10,000. 10 plus 10,000. So yeah, pretty crack because it activates during when your life is reduced as well. And then and then recognition costs 5 or more. When the spirit attacks once per turn, at the end of the battle, return your soul core to your red only spirit. And then
you restand. If you do so, you restand one of your Conclusive Lord or War Dragon spirit.
Yeah. Damn. That's actually pretty
damn indeed, yeah.
Not much to say. It's actually like basically really strong.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of the day Yukimura finally opens the Muramasa Dragon, and then there's actually something. And Ryuto Onimaru. And it's a masterer. And of course, because we have Dairokuten Mao, requiring all your cards to be from the Vassal family. Of course, we got his iconic magic card that he uses from the previous series. The Absolute Ice Shield if you play Saga, but it's Burstfall in Bell Spirits, of course. And then it can be added to your hand if it's discarded by your Grandwalker Dairokuten Mao. And then this set card cannot be discarded. When your life is reduced by the opponent, by discarding it, you can activate the flash effect right away without paying the cost. So the rest is like...
So remember that it's not activating your burst.
Yes. Which means even if your burst is locked, now you can quote-unquote cheat it. Of course, you don't get the burst effect, but you can use it.
So and because like that's activating a magic effect, not using it, it means it cannot be negated as well.
Damn.
Like I can't believe that she make burst one more crack. But then at the same time, there are plenty of ways to like get around it.
Also they kind of like make the condition instead of when your life is reduced, now it's when your spirit is destroyed or depleted by the opponent. So kind of have to block now. But it's going to go well. But now the other implication is that if your opponent plays something that requires them to destroy your spirit when they attack, then you can just activate Burst Wall, heal 1 first So if your opponent has no effect to increase their symbol, you basically tank that whole damage and then you can end the attack step. Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
And of course, we have the Sengoku Tiger X or 10, in which it has the Homura Kaiho, so it's the placing unleash or the Homura release, I think. Yeah, basically it can.
Yeah, we just call it like
depending.
flame unleash or something like this. Yeah.
So basically, you move one core from your Homura Toshi. By doing so, during this turn, the destruction effect of this spirit can only be prevented by heavy and ultra heavy armor. It's an ultra armor. It should...
No, it's ultra heavy armor. You're right.
Yeah, heavy armor and ultra heavy armor.
Yeah.
Yep. Bonus spirit. Oh yeah, and then they cannot activate their effects. After that, Sonoko BPC. So you can destroy one opposing spirit or ultimate that has 10,000 or more BP or doesn't have soul core on them.
No.
Hey, wait.
Oh wait, no, you're right. Yeah. Oh my god, I only just realized that. I thought it's like 10k or more and without soul core, but no, it's 10k or more all without soul core.
Yeah.
Damn, that's actually really good.
I know, right?
Oh, God.
And it activates on summon and attack, by the way.
Yeah, so that, and like technically you can get like the core ram as well.
In red. And then so basically you don't even have to really play his deck at that point. You can just play this to ram on your red good stuff basically. You basically get the same amount of cores as if you do with the Byakugaro in a way. But of course you do lose the flexible Grand Walker Destruction and the cost increase of Fatigue Glow. So yeah, pick your poison.
Yeah.
And then during your attack step, when opposing spirit or ultimate or nexus are destroyed, refresh one of your Emperor Beast Spirit. So it doesn't even have to be itself.
Yeah. But I suppose most of the time it's like
going to be itself. But yeah,
it's gonna be himself. Yeah.
Which is super cracked because if your opponent has no armor, even if they play something like Diamond Wall, you can just keep on attacking and clean their whole field and then getting lots of cores in the process. Yeah.
So it can destroy. It can technically ram cores as well, and it can withstand.
Exactly.
So as long as they have spirit, as long as you have spirit to destroy, you can just like keep withstanding and then keep using the effect and just keep ramping cores. And then that also means at the end, when they eventually have no spirits, then you can activate the contract field of Toshie to burn too.
Exactly. Everything comes back to a full circle.
Yeah.
Still sad you cannot use that contract field on Senri Taiga though. It's what it is. But anyway, next up we have the Kirikage X or 10. So the Retsu Reppu Ninja Kirikage 10. Which is by the virtue of having like all the family in the world. Pretty crack. On its own, it already has a merit on its own. It has a family, of course, Catalyzer, Ninja Gale, and Shellman. On top of that, it still has the family Devotee, Concluser, Vassal, and also Lord. And then it has the upgraded version of Soul Swift, which is a Soul Swift Love. Which, if you don't know, it's in reference to the catchphrase of Kanetsugu, the owner of Kirikage, in which everything he does for love, basically.
Or like something like love is power or something like that. Yeah.
I go so power.
Oh god, it's like the name is just like so awkward. I love it.
I know, right? What an adorable little fucker.
Yeah, but like, what is the このカード was すべてを素敵. Let me check the original Soul Swift.
Yeah, I think the biggest.
Okay, yeah. So like the first difference is that obviously you can summon it from the remove zone as well.
Yep.
The second difference is like with Soul Swift, the soul core has to be from the reserve as well.
Ah, okay.
So in this case, the soul core doesn't have to be from the reserve, but the cost to put onto him has to be.
Yes, and it already makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, true. I mean, actually, okay, yeah, it's always been either attack step. Yeah. So like, yeah, that's the main two differences. Yeah. Was that? Yeah, I mean, even that is still really decent. Like, cause it also has like the on summon exhaust too. And like, yeah, like that's actually really good. And obviously, we're getting like the Kanetsugu deck in like 74, I think.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah. So like, can't wait to see how this one does. I mean, even right now, it's like still like pretty cracked because like obviously it has like the true catalyst, true catalyze, which basically means you can throw it into any soul burst deck. Really, yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait for Zulu's effect and just like throw it into Zulu deck.
Yeah,
I'm gonna build Zulu. Yeah.
Yeah.
To the 10 or something like. Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, yeah, look, like, because like the most crap part is that True Catalyze doesn't even spend the soul core.
Exactly. So
you just gonna put the soul core on it.
Yeah.
And then again, I was saying like you just like pair it up with like Mikazuki and something like that, and just like 4 symbols, and you're activating 2 bursts, and you're wiping all the effects for the turn.
Yeah.
So like insane.
Swing, turn sideways.
Turn sideways, yeah. Restand, turn sideways again.
Then card sideways, then card upways. Well, any response? I cannot hear you.
Yeah.
Exactly. What do we have next? We have the revival version for Gunjo Zone. Yeah, so now let's refer to the old one.
The old one doesn't charge soul burst necessis. I think that's the only difference, I think. I mean, well, she was 2-2 as well, but now I think this one's 3-2, isn't it?
Probably. Oh yeah, it's a 3-2.
Yeah. The core charge used to be once per turn.
So now. Okay, so now it has a bigger. Oh yeah, now the soul burst. The Nexus has to have soul burst, but that's not limited to once per turn. Yeah, and the previous it's on the Nexus.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like the flash effect is really cracked as well. It's like flash timing of any time, so I can do in main step as well. I mean, granted, destroying the low cost doesn't really do much, but like, it's still something, right?
Yeah.
So it's not even like your main Grand Walker. It also means because like it has a blue symbol instead of like a gold symbol. It means like this is so good in like Ultraman.
Oh.
Like any Ultraman, but like obviously mainly blue ones, but like yeah, because like you got the extra option of like just destroying more because why not? Never. And then like obviously you got like the grand field as well. Or like after activating any burst, it doesn't even have to be soul burst. Just like after activating any burst, and you can just like Mewtwo and destroy one. You can destroy ultimate as well, and then so again, it's really good for any collab decks.
Damn.
Oh god.
The more you read it, the more the better it gets.
Yeah. Like so yeah, this card is also pretty crack.
Exactly.
You can use it with Kirikage as well.
Oh.
Used to with Kirikage then, Reese then, Mewtwo, destroy one. So if you use it with Kirikage, you're literally destroying one. Have exhaust too.
Mewtwo.
And then Mewtwo as well, and then whatever other effects from like the Soul Burst. Oh god.
Please stop this. This is getting cringe. But yeah.
Yeah, because like you can charge for like Vessel and Lord as well.
Oh yeah.
So depending on how you build a deck, you can also just like throw it anywhere really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because unlike Toshia, like this effect, I mean to be fair, technically Toshia effect is also pretty generic as well because it can add any Vessel or Lord. So like, oh my god, so it means you can like basically mix up all the colors basically.
Exactly.
Eh.
You know what's the biggest irony is that if you bring her, yeah, unfortunately she doesn't have the Vessel family. If she has the Vessel family herself, the biggest irony is that you can bring her
in God's sex.
Exactly.
Oh god.
Yeah. And why is that an irony to implicate basically spoilers, but the anime is already way back, so yeah, I guess you can skip to the next 2 minutes, I think. That basically she went to the tournament, fights this guy that is on your screen right now in the semifinal, and she lost to Kotex basically. So like yeah, adding her to the deck as a flavor is going to be a really funny irony. Yeah.
I mean, technically you can, to be fair. It depends on how you want to play the Gosex, really.
Yeah, you can just skip the contract field, but anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Oh yeah, so this one has a red symbol. Basically back to the basics of...
Excuse me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Wait, what? Even my English is broken now.
But yeah, which like having like the red symbol instead of white is actually really good. You know, because like your deck is actually full of like purple and white symbols already. So like, and red is actually the one that's lacking. Yeah, so so it's just like it's just really decent.
Oh yeah, and also it has an effect to change its symbol colors anyway, so it's more into like
yeah,
if
true.
it got negated.
That was that, but like if your effect got negated, then like
yeah, you still have the red symbol.
Yeah, which is like the important part, really. Yeah.
Exactly. So basically, I think the first effect is still pretty much the same. You send one core for each color of your symbol. And then I think the level 2 effect also counts the 6-7 rebirth as well as the 6-7 rush.
Yeah, 6-7 rush and then 6-7 rebirth. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, dude, just having like all rainbow reduction and like the rest symbols already like godsend. Not gonna lie.
Or should you say the god sex?
Bruh.
Yeah. By the way, the end time reminder that Kotex got its name from the German number 6, which is sex. It is not SEX, it is SECHS. Yeah, so because Battle Spirit has 6 colors, and that was the intention why it is called the Kotex. Yeah. Just to remind the kids not to get too rowdy. And yeah, speaking of being rowdy, finally we have something that I have to apologize first. Because when this card first revealed, I was like, why is this card so awkward? But the more I read it, the more I actually like this. So this is the concluser, or basically the spirit version of Premia, because they share the same name. So I guess it is just Premia in spirit form. I haven't read the flavor text. I probably should, but yeah. And I really like her now.
Yeah, she's really good. Yeah. Like become unaffected during the battle. Damn,
I
son.
know, right? And then like if you are not facing against anyone who has like next, for example, like you don't really need that much core on Premiere anyway, so you can just use her cores to gain more cores. which is how do I put this? It becomes kind of like a decent quote unquote backup for Prihelia as well. Because then if you have your nexuses, you can also get your first counter, which is not bad. Or if your opponent kind of let their card down a little bit and set up a little bit, have like 5 nexus, 0 spirits, you just use and then you just somehow been able to summon her at level 2. You can just like turn sideways again, 5 times to do that 5 times in one team.
Yeah, so in a sense it became like a white aggro deck.
Exactly.
We all love some Unga Bunga.
Unga Bunga and get 5 cores in the process. Let's go. I imagine they finally, when they only have like 1 life left, finally limited barrier. Okay, fine. I have 5 cores now. What can you do against white decks that has 5 extra cores now? I basically just played Ragnarok on turn 2. But yeah. Premiere. Looking forward to the release. Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of Premiere, looking forward to Premiere's release. Now another card to add to my wish list for when I finally get like a proper software engineering job. People who work in software engineering, they usually have expensive hobby like drifting, which can cost a lot of money because you basically buy a car, live it in Japan, and then every time you want to drift, like one session can run you like maybe 4 or 6 set of tires, which is not cheap by the way if you use it like within the 1 day. But yeah, this is going to be my expensive hobby when I finally get that software engineering job. Because damn, she's fun.
Yeah, Bandai has found the formula.
I know, right? Yeah, I am so in awe now that I don't have anything to say that is decent and can be consumed by the public. So yeah, anyway, we have more crossover cards. Another day, another day of questioning why we don't have this set like in the paper version. Because like these cards, yeah, I think like you already know what they are, right?
Yeah, do you know what they are?
Yeah, the first one is Keroro Dragon.
Yeah.
The revival version of Keroro Dragon. The second one is Ultraman Mebius.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the third one is actually Omegamon. The original Omegamon.
Yeah.
The final one is a fairy, which means it's Marin Angemon.
Yeah.
Why don't we have this in the paper, Bandai? Why? Like even though this Omegamon Dragon I want it as well, but especially the fairy though. And of course, Kankuro. Of course, he's the man. Kankuro is the best. He's the best. He's the best. He understands me well. I need to send him a thank you message again later.
Wait, what? Who?
Kankuro.
Right.
He's the artist for my favorite fairy card, which is the Grand Flower Fairy Gerbera, which unfortunately, for the most part, kind of hard to put inside the deck, but I kind of wanted to just put like one day. We can have more decent Saga Brave, yeah. But yeah, Bandai, please add this crossovers to the game. Thank you.
Yeah, especially if they want to reprint the card. Yeah, it would be good.
So, yeah, especially since now we don't have the thing for Digimon anyway. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Then yeah, of course, we upcoming BS73 we will be having the usual release party, and then now kind of moving from the pattern of like having the old Grand Walker and then the new and then their old avatar. Now they just move to the exclusive cards. So we have the Gotex type Shadow and Gotex type Zero. Pretty neat. The revolver version. Yeah, the type Shadow is definitely really beautiful though. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The background is actually so nice. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and then we have the inevitable, as we all have the draft booster featuring Shonen Toppa Bashin, Shonen Kiki Hadan. Of course, we have to get to the edges and arguably the most popular anime for Battle Spirits, which is the Battle Spirit Brave. So finally, in October, we will be getting another dream booster, a draft booster that will be featuring the 12 Zodiac extras as XP rares. Yay! So more such to upload Dragon. It will feel
yeah.
So yeah, we'll be looking forward to that. I mean, Dan is still the chat.
I suppose so. Yeah. I mean, I like Dan, but like if they keep doing it like this, I'm gonna hate him eventually. Not gonna lie.
Understandable.
More Galatians as well. I mean, it's been a while, so I guess
it's time.
I guess in terms of like family, I'm not gonna complain. But like, it's just like getting old that like they're trying to like get Dan back over and over again. I mean, we literally just had Gekiha. So it's like, oh god.
Yeah, and Dan is actually still an active character in the game as well. So like in the lore.
God. Oh yeah, in the lore. Yeah. Oh yeah, his story isn't even done yet.
Exactly. So now we have so many duns inside the game now. Yeah. Talking about immersion breaking, isn't it?
Oh god.
So here you are done. I am done. He is also done. Is there any other done that I need to know? Because at least for the first these three titles, Ultraman, Kamen Rider, and Aikatsu, three of the only remaining, three of the small number of collaboration that still is happening in Battle Spirits. They are finally getting an upgrade, which is going to be a premium Bandai starter deck basically. And as a sample, we do have like information on the Ultraman one, which will be mainly featuring Ultraman Z. And it's actually like a pretty good value.
Oh yeah, it's actually really good. I'm getting the Aikatsu one.
Yeah. When the Aikatsu is out, you bet we are definitely going to get our hands on it one way or another. Even if I have to pay the extra fee from Singapore. Yeah.
I mean, I already asked my friend from Japan to do it for me, so I suppose he wouldn't mind ordering another one for you.
We'll see.
Yeah, because I already asked him to. What did he buy for me? He bought the layover box.
Oh.
And then the Phantom box as well. Yeah, for Julie as well for the Phantom box. Yeah. So like when this was announced on the stream, I just like messaged him. It was like, and you know that meme where like the guy has like a big chin and it's like putting his hand on the shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just sent me that image and like, bro, I'm probably gonna ask you again. And it's like what? And it's like, okay, it's okay, mate.
Like, yeah, and even the Ultraman one, like the deck box, is like really beautiful as well.
Oh, actually, and just like a very interesting fact, my friend is actually went on to Extreme Game before. I'll let you guys guess who that one is.
There's only one, but anyway.
I mean, I mean, if you guys still remember, I mean, like, cause like I'm a Chinese, there should be a very obvious hint. Yeah.
Yes, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay, so we did skip some things. Of course, like after all this anime booster thing ends in November, we are going to go back to the main story again for the third chapter of the contract saga. What was it again this time? Realm?
A cycle.
The cycle, yes.
Yeah, Realm was before, yeah. Contract Realm was like the second one when like it was still contract spirits, not like
Oh yeah. So we have the
contract,
contract, realm, true, and then now cycle. Yeah. And then it will be featuring an ultimate EX rare. So yeah, going to be hard to ask Isis to come back there, but at least we'll get something.
Yeah, like I don't think Isis is coming back in this one.
Yeah,
because obviously we got like Morrigan.
So it will be a hard ask. But yeah, I mean, like I also want the Isis to be decent, so I don't want it to be fighting bases with Morrigan. So yeah. Yeah, and then we will be getting like a strengthened version of like the Supreme Hero Burst as well. Yeah, and then and then of course
let's hope the cycle golem is actually good this time.
let's not with Cycle Golem to the ground again. But anyway, as we have said earlier, Kanetsuko will also will be getting his own deck as well. Pretty neat.
Yeah, pretty neat. Yeah,
indeed. And then it is basically the release schedule. So as we mentioned earlier, as if it is not enough that in October we are getting another Dream Booster for Battle Spirit Brave, in December, just like the one that is getting out in July, we will be getting another anime booster for Battle Spirit Brave. So now we know that I think we can also correct our expectation a little bit that the Burning Legacy, which will be coming out next month, will not be specially designed for draft, basically. And of course,
because like this one like clearly states draft boosters in it. Yeah,
true. And then basically, it will be featuring Dan, Mai, and Baroni, the three most important characters. So probably, finally, Superstar making their comeback. Hopefully not.
No, please no.
Hopefully not.
No, God, no.
Please stop, no. we have spent like basically like half the deck, and then now it's still basically somewhat serviceable. Like what do we need to kill this thing? But I guess like it is supposed to be like serviceable level. It's not supposed to be anything beyond that.
Here's the neat part: you don't.
Exactly. And then of course in January we'll be having another Diva booster, because that's what's important. That's why we play. That's our whole reason of playing the game. My whole reason for playing the game. But
what's interesting is like it's like a big collection of like all the divas from the beginning to now. But hopefully he actually mean that.
Yeah, because like they always say that when they do the 10 party and the 10 after party, but like I mean like it has lots of diva, but like it's not everyone still. Like there are still that are some still missing. So yeah, we'll see how they will do that. We'll see if it's realistic depending on like the product information, and God forbid they don't have Rabbit Darling inside. I will actually crash.
No, I think Rabbit Darling still haven't missed a set yet, has she?
Nope. Which is why if she actually misses a set now, time to riot.
Time to riot.
Time to riot in Bandai's office. And then one of the other reasons I'm looking forward for the PS73 is just the pack art. I will need to ask them to send me the posters again.
That would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't mind the PS72 as well. All the posters with the PS70 as well. PS70 is especially important. The one with Break It. I really like Break It. Morrigan is like the second best. Yeah. And then of course, we will be getting more Super Battlers Cup, and then now the Ultimate Couple is going to be the prize for the winners. And of course, we have Onogoro for the finalists. And Leaf Jammer. We definitely need more Leaf Jammer.
My friend is like crying so hard right now because like he Leaf Jammer so much. I still remember in one game I actually Leaf Jammer him twice in one battle.
And you know which deck I put my Leaf Jammer in?
Which?
It's actually my Star Appeal deck. Don't know why.
Yo, what deck?
A Star Appeal. You know the Elsa. Elsa Forte. I don't know. I just felt like, I corpus a lot. Like, what can I use this core for? And then I opened my collection and I saw this funny card called Leaf Jammer. I ended up using it to exhaust an opposing spirit though. The occasion to negate the magic didn't come. And the occasion to exhaust the spirit came first. So that kind of works out, but like at what cost?
Okay, okay, yeah. Okay, that's pretty hilarious, yeah.
Yeah, and then speaking of more products coming up in the championship, you basically have like 2 different sets that you can buy. It's a supply set that will contain each set of promos, storage box, and a sleeve. So one of the theme is the main characters basically. So yeah, here you can see.
Oh yeah, they look so pretty.
I know, right? Yeah, it's basically the final battles, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like it was the first one, Siegfried, and I think that's Overray, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's written Overray. Second one is so especially all the main characters. So it's not the final battle. So the second one is the Sachito Apollo Dragon and Granod and Choi.
Is that Apollo Dragon?
Yeah, it's
I think that's Draconic Alpha.
Oh yeah, true. Fuck.
Yeah.
My sense is like, oh yeah, the Sachito Apollo Dragon is and the bottom right.
Yeah, bottom left. Oh, and bottom right.
Bottom right. Yeah. And then the third one.
Yeah, the third one is the Basel and Burning Soul Dragon. And then bottom left we got Nova and so bottom left is Nova and
Grand Sachito Nova.
Grand Sachito Nova, and then we got the double drive duo. And then it's Sachito and Mugen. Okay, yeah. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's everyone, yeah.
The sleeve, I think it's designed for foil, so we'll have to see the foil version to see how good it actually is.
I can only imagine, to be fair. To be fair, I don't really like those designs, not gonna lie.
No. Yeah, some of them work, some of them didn't. But like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, for like the plain design, I really like black, purple on black. That's so much black on purple, but we'll see if that one they come through. And then the other one is the SD version of like the Grand Walkers, which were featured as like the tournament promos. And now they just pick it as the normal cards basically. So we'll be getting Throne Prison LT, King's Command, Force Pride Draw, can't read the other ones.
What? It's From Prison LT, King's Command, Fourth Pride Draw, Burst Wall, Revival, Cyril's Barrier, and then also Blizzard War LT.
Ah.
Is it? No, is it? No, sorry, it's not Blizzard War. It's Silence War LT.
Oh, okay.
Out of all things. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, and I just realized for the over a one they pushed the they pushed the text way below.
Oh yeah. Cause which card is that? Oh, Buster Spear. Oh, that's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's Buster Spear and then Diamond Wall, Revival. Is it Burst Flame?
Yeah, that's Burst Flame.
Burst Flame and then Blizzard Wall LT. What is this?
5 -2.
That's LT.
Right? It's something LT or something fire. Or
Victory Fire. Yeah, Victory Fire.
Yeah, Victory Fire LT. Yeah.
And then the last one is Star.
Extra draw.
Extra draw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually pretty decent.
Yeah, it's a nice collection. Yeah. I'll give them that.
Yeah. Real one Brigade though. I like Brigade. Just like pink hairs, I guess. And then the rest, now we are basically just getting on some bullet points on like the new Kaiho project, which part of them is the rotation, but yeah, the rotation is not the only thing. But yeah, basically just to clarify something. So can the cards that are released in this year be used in the next year? Yes, that is why we have the Eternal format. And then what else? And then the collaboration and the Diva still continue in the Eternal and Standard. Which the answer is of course yes. Of course, they will also be reviewing the thing so that they will be more on par with the normal set, basically. Yeah. Hopefully they do that. And then the last one. Yeah, basically whether there will be events for both, in which the answer is also yes. So basically they just listed stuff in which the answer is yes.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nice that we got demo events so they can receive more details on what they can do. Yeah,
I think like basically the timeline now is that I think at around October to December in some select Japanese locations they will be doing kind of like a trial to get like the feedback from the player, and then before April they will be starting to kind of like distribute the. Okay, so this basically distribute the demo decks and then do kind of like tournaments with it. And then in April, the standard will finally fire for real. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will see. I mean, like, now we don't have any data, so that everything that we can say is speculation. But again, I think in previous episodes, we already make our kind of like feelings and expectations clear that, we think that it is something that can benefit the game. Whether good or not, we will see in the long run. Yep. Yeah, and then we have another martial card from the Fijum. And then so for each of your brave, all of your martial, Galtica, BP destruction limit is increased by 3,000, which is a nice flavor to the deck. And then
and it can add to the Grandmaker effects as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then another one is
so remember like Lu Spear. It's like originally it's like destroy 5k or less. But if you go to 6 counters, 5 to 6 counters is like 10k or less. And now you add this. Like most of the time you probably like can stack like 4 Braves. So you add another 12k.
Yes.
So it'll be destroying something at 22k or less or something like that.
Jesus. That is going to be annoying real fast.
Yeah, but let's be honest, they don't need that. So
Exactly. But it is something that you can have in your back pocket. But yeah, anyway, enough of the magazine things. We are back in the actual set. So I think this will be one of the cards that will be involved in the new Amahara Grand Walker's deck.
Yamato
Takeru. That is why it is Yamato Okna. So it is a convertible between blue and white. So it's probably going to be Artificial Soldier and Mecha. It is totally Macross.
Machine.
Yeah, this Armored Machine. I mean, yeah. It is totally not Macross. Yeah. It's just.
I mean,
yeah.
it feels like it's going to be a new family.
Either that or yeah. Hopefully they stop doing that. Don't know. It can be also be that fuck, what was it again? That right? It's not Red Emperor. There is that thing that where all the Royal Knights Digimon belongs to, like where Dyukmon and Omegamon belongs
Mounted
to.
Warrior.
Mounted Warrior, yes.
Well, he's not riding on anything, so I doubt, to be fair.
Is there any other thing? Is there only we have only machine, but that doesn't really that's the criteria. So probably Urban Machine or a new family, I guess. But yeah, it's totally Macross. Because like Macross is like so the variable fighter in Macross, what makes them unique is not only they have like a human form and like a plane form. They have like the Yamato Ogner's right form. They have this thing which is like a hybrid form, which is a halfway. It is a curse. The more you see it as kind of curse because it's basically a plane with legs and arms. Like, why does this need to happen? But it happened. And they help humanity like drives off the aliens. So like, I guess that works. But yeah, anyway. We have the more important rebirth card that will be coming up. Probably most likely going to be supporting Morrigan, which is visual Chuayu. Yeah, she's really pretty. I like her. Yeah. Yes. And the stone is also
the funny
really
part. I think her name is like part French, part German. And it means Juju.
Jojo. Oh no, she's the Jojo character.
Yeah, it means Jew twice. I don't know why. Because I also like the thing is like Morrigan's supposed to be Celtic. So like, why can't you just give her a Latin name?
Exactly.
Or even be more creative. Get like a Welsh name, even like a Gaelic name. Why French? Or like for whatever reason, French.
Exactly.
Okay then.
Because okay. Okay, but they're the Mega Grandstone is finally back. Only one so
more
far.
Grandstone.
More Mega Grandstone.
Yeah, it's actually interesting to see more Grandstone.
Yeah,
I want to see how it plays out. Yeah,
exactly. Because like previously, they kind of I wouldn't say they are bad, but like they kind of fall flat as a mechanic. Like individually, some of them super great, but as a whole mechanic, they kind of fall flat because they cannot be removed. But also like some of them, when they are really major, but because they don't have symbol, they don't really have like kind of like a generic use for your deck, even if it's your deck's theme. Kind of like why some Grandstone like the Hunter Beast one kind of fall flat. Yeah. But so we'll see how they want to bring Grandstone in 2025. And yep, we are finally done catching up. So there's only one thing left, Ayumu, actually. You mentioned that in your Pokemon locals, you actually price everything that you needed to win, right?
Yeah, so at the end we only got 3 rounds. So it's 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss.
Yep. Oh.
But at least I managed to pull Secret Art.
Yay.
Team Rocket's Moltres EX.
Very nice, very sexy.
I mean, the card is pretty shit, but like, at least the art was amazing. Like, I mean, if it's like Secret Art, there bound to be some collectors who want it. So you know what? And I bet, and I believe it's going to cost more than £7, which is like my entry fee. So it basically paid for my entry fee.
Yeah. But at least you lost the tournament, but at least you get the hot bird.
Yeah, I got the hot bird.
Yay.
Which is really funny. Like my friend was beside me, and then like he only pulled like the normal version, and then right after him, I pulled like this one, and then it's like haha low, and it's like okay flex.
And then you can send him this episode, and then he can experience it all over again.
Lomao. It doesn't play Bowser's.
Nah, just send him the timestamp of this port, and like, yep.
Okay.
Or you know what? Just let him like, yeah, you can do this. You can just listen to it while you're going to the gym or something, and then you can finally play.
He doesn't.
This is a subliminal message.
I don't think he goes to the gym.
Learn Japanese.
I don't think he goes to the gym. And literally just today he told me how he has pizza like literally every week.
Eat pizza while playing Battle Spirits.
But like yeah, kind of had to improve my deck further later. Because it's not doing too well. Ratio is a bit bad, but my luck is also really bad for whatever reason. Oh god, the pinnacle Pokemon.
Exactly. It's okay, Ayumu. Because you know what can fix your day? Is if you have any questions, comments, or requests, do feel free to send it to us to our email at therefreshsteppodcast@gmail.com. Or if you're listening to this on YouTube, where I most likely the only place I uploaded these days, do feel free to comment below. So yeah, I guess that has been everything that we can share for this week. That has been our very long catch-up session, study session for Battle Spirits. And yeah, this study session will be back in 2 weeks, next week Refresh Step is definitely coming back. So yeah, I guess that has been everything that we can share for this week. We hope that you guys have a nice week going forward, and we'll see you all in the next turn. Bye bye.
Bye.